FM at HT Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. The Media Group Station.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Boy dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over! The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup!
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington. This is Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, the Bruins finishing up a 5-game road trip with their first meeting of the year against the Seattle Kraken. Great to have you with us. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. On Saturday night, the Bruins won their second in a row on this road trip, 3-2 overtime victory over the Vancouver Canucks. And Vancouver native Fraser Minton was the story in his first game in his hometown as an NHL player. 2 goals, including the game winner in overtime and a power play goal. Afterward, head coach Marco Sturm talked about trusting the 21-year-old in all situations.
He did it, not just today. It's something I think, trust usually comes with time, and he gave me that. So it's more on him than me. I'm just the idiot going to put him on the ice. So no, he deserves everything. Give him a lot of credit. And again, on the end, try to get David on the ice too, and somehow it worked. But there's nights it doesn't. But I'm glad he had the one, and he's going to remember this one for a long time.
Great to see, right? I mean, couldn't have written it any better. He wasn't happy about the way he played against the Vancouver Canucks in Boston at the TD Garden, but certainly redeemed himself in that game against Vancouver. Had the nice goal on the power play. He's getting some power play minutes now, and that's been only the last few weeks for Fraser Minton. They've just kind of started to feed him a little bit more here and there, a little bit more responsibility. Certainly killing penalties. He's playing a more important role 5-on-5, playing alongside David Pastrnak and Husadinov. He scores the goal the other day from the slot. Nice goal, too, right? He gets a pass from the right side, from the right wing circle, and he's got to receive the pass, turn his body. He doesn't dust it off. He gets a shot away right away. And Arvidsson with a nice little screen in front, which helped him. And then the overtime goal. That's 2 overtime goals he's got this year, right? Going to the net hard, gets the shot on goal. He's able to beat his man back to the front of the net and establish position in front of the net when he gets that rebound chance. Just because you get there first and establish your position doesn't mean the rebound's going to come to you there, but at least you put yourself in a position that if it does, you're where you need to be in order to finish that one off. So, look, he does so many good things for you. I don't know where his ceiling is, Ryan. It's offensively, I mean. Right. That's still evolving, and I know Marco Sturm has talked about that a little bit. We talked about it in our interview today with him that you'll hear later on here in the pregame show, that, he's starting to give him a little bit more of the offense, but he doesn't expect it. He doesn't need it from him. He wants him to play really sound defensively, do the right things, and then the offense will come. And the other day, certainly it did come, and it came at a good time for the Bruins to continue winning here.
It did. With that win, they're now 2-1-1 on this road trip. Chance to clinch a winning record here tonight before they head back to TD Garden for 5 straight. Sturm says the team is getting back to their winning formula on this trip.
I feel like we played the way we were probably a month or 2 months ago, kind of that. And I mean, you can tell too. You win a game, and all of a sudden your confidence is rising too a little bit. That helps. And I thought guys were just dialed in today. Didn't turn out the way we wanted after a second, but we were in a good spot. Being on the road and getting the game done here the way today. I always felt confident, and I always felt good about it.
It started against Calgary. Yeah, no question. I mean, the trip starts off difficult in the sense that, you had an ugly travel day. I know it's only Buffalo, trying to get to Buffalo, but you hadn't been playing that well. Then you get the holidays, you're away from the game, you're away from the rink, and you get an ugly travel day, and you play against a Sabres team who was on a winning streak at the time, and, you don't come out on top. You come out on top in the first period, and then you don't really follow it up with a good second and good third, and you end up losing that game. But then it started to come against Calgary. Even though they didn't get the 2 points against the Flames, a much better game. They held the Flames to one shot in the third period. So, that kind of gives you an indication of the way that they played in the third. Probably deserved a little bit better. Wolf was excellent in net. There were certainly things they could still clean up, but you come away with a point there. You beat Edmonton. You beat Vancouver. Now you're feeling good about yourself, and you're going to go home, no less than 500 on this road trip. But you have an opportunity today to go above 500 on the road for the first time this season.
Yes.
So, this is one where, okay, let's dial it in. Let's finish this trip the right way. You've had 2 days off. Seattle played yesterday in Calgary. And even though Seattle is on an unbelievable win streak right now, when you look at it, it defies kind of logic the way that they played. But they're winning, and they're hard to beat right now. So this will be a challenge for the Bruins, but an opportunity also for the Bruins.
Well, you mentioned a couple of days off here for the Bruins. They had 2 days off before the Vancouver game as well. So the back half of this road trip has been an opportunity to rest up a little bit. Yesterday, David Pastrnak and the players went through a pretty intense practice.
It's a good opportunity. We had, obviously, a couple of days between games, so trying to make most out of it, get better out there. It's a long practice, so it's good. You don't get that many time during a season, so like I said, trying to make most out of it and get better.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of practices when you can, right? They had 1 day off, and then you practice hard yesterday, and a decent length practice. They didn't practice this morning. So you're really trying to, if you're Marco Sturm and the players, you're trying to gauge where the players are energy-wise. You're trying to maximize where they are energy-wise. You've got a busy month here in January leading up until, the early February and then the Olympics. So all teams have it, and all teams, that's a big challenge for a lot of teams right now, whether it's the travel and whether it's the schedule and, when to practice, when not to practice, and how to maximize your time when you're on the ice. So yesterday was a good day for that. And they knew that they would take this morning off and be ready for tonight. And, you don't have much time to rest, right? You fly home tomorrow morning and get right back at it on Thursday.
Yeah,
and Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
5 games in 8 days when you get home, so not going to be a lot of rest there. Some injury news coming into this game tonight. Hampus Lindholm did not practice yesterday. Revealed afterwards he's dealing with an injury. It'll be reevaluated when the team gets back to Boston. Marco Sturm said it's not expected to be long-term, but it's more than day-to-day. Timing-wise, it works out. The Bruins get Henri Jokiharju back tonight. He's missed the last 16 games with his own injury.
It's pretty challenging, just, watching the games up top, and, it just sucks that you can't do anything to help the team win, and it just, it's a little mental grind, let's put it that way.
So Jokiharju draws in tonight in place of Hampus Lindholm. Tanner Jeannot will be back in the lineup after he missed the last 4 games. Mikey Eismont will be a healthy scratch tonight. Jeremy Swayman will make his 4th straight start in goal. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including 2 of the NHL's best teams locking up.
Here's Gordian with time. In front, scores! Tapped in by Jorgensen's tie game.
Bob will have a chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
We already reached 500, so it's a really good opportunity to get above and have a really good road trip instead of a good one.
And up next, we'll talk about the streaking Seattle Kraken here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Grow your success starting this January with UMass Lowell. Learn from incredible faculty, benefit from incredible affordability with UMass Lowell.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Left side, McCann, flame zone through one of the net, save, rebound, Beniers, he scores! Matty Beniers with icing on the cake. 5 unanswered from the Kraken.
Bruins getting ready to take on the Seattle Kraken, who are one of the league's hottest teams, 7-0-1 over their last 8 games, including 3 straight wins. Just last night, they were in Calgary, entering the third period, tied at 1. Seattle got 2 early third period goals to grab the lead, added 2 more late ones for a 5-1 victory. Head coach Lane Lambert particularly pleased with that final 20 minutes.
Well, the third period, I thought we did a really good job of doing things that we talked about, sort of playing and winning hockey. I thought our changes were good in the third. I thought our shift length was good, which to me just completely talks about our team and our team trust for each other. So we, used everybody tonight. Everybody contributed, and I thought our third period was outstanding. We limited their scoring chances, and we capitalized on ours.
Yeah, so when you break down, and you probably watched some of the game, I would assume. I mean, I watched some of it myself, but when you break down the entire 60 minutes for them, 5 goals, 5 different goal scorers. Nobody played under 10 minutes. Only 3 players played over 20 minutes. Maybe 4 players, but they're all defensemen. They're top 4D, but not much. Not past 21 minutes. It was a no contact game.
Yeah.
I mean, there were 2 penalties. There was 1 for each team. So, you were able to use everybody in that game. But 11 or 12 different players with a point.
Yeah, nobody had more than 1 point.
Nobody had 2 points in that game. Like I said, 5 different goal scorers. So this is the formula for them in terms of playing winning hockey. We talked about it. They went through a stretch where they could not win a game. Not that long ago.
Yeah.
Now they can't lose. You can't lose in regulation. And they're winning games. They're playing the right way. They're getting great goaltending. Their power play's been good. Beniers has had a good year, but far from the only guy that's had a good season. They spread it out. When they were really good a few years ago and made the playoffs, they spread it out throughout their lineup in terms of their goal scoring. And I think that's what they're trying to get back to a little bit. They don't have that quote-unquote superstar player. And, they don't have the McDavids. Not many teams do, but they don't have that player, right? And it's a team effort, and it's a total team effort, and they've gotten the job done here recently.
Yeah, and you mentioned, the goaltending and defense has been a strong suit for this team of late.
And without Brandon Montour.
Yeah, they have not been giving up a lot of goals, and that's been part of the secret of their success here over the past couple of weeks. Well, as we get you ready for the Bruins and the Kraken, let's take a look at tonight's Catches Law injury report for the Bruins. Henry Jokiharju activated off IR today. Hampus Lindholm takes his place on IR. Again, Marco Sturm saying the injury going to keep him out for a little bit. They'll examine him when they return home. Tanner Jeannot back in the lineup after missing the last 4 games. And Jordan Harris remains on long-term IR. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to CatchesLaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, Rodenizer Home Services is heating things up. 5 lucky homeowners could win a brand new high-efficiency gas furnace completely free. If your furnace is 10 years or older, head to Rodenizer.com/5 free furnaces to enter. No purchase necessary. Rules online.
Imperial Cars' $75 million clearance event is going on now. Over $10 million of discounts. 2,000 vehicles discounted up to $15,000, including hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, introducing Imperial Subaru in North Attleboro. Same great team, same great customer service. Hurry in. When they're gone, they're gone.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
John Sewer Drain Cleaning is happy to announce their newest location in Norwood. Now even faster service for your clogged drain emergency. John Sewer, the name to know when the drains don't flow. Visit johnsewer.com.
Buy your next boat from Nauset Marine on Cape Cod. Nauset Marine specializes in Boston whalers, Robalo, new, used, and brokerage boats. Visit them this week at the New England Boat Show or go to nausetmarine.com to view their inventory and learn more. Nauset Marine, keeping families afloat since 1961.
When you see a Gravely mowing the grass, you're looking at over 100 years of ingenuity in action. You're seeing a rugged, durable machine professional lawn service companies have relied on for generations. Or maybe you see a homeowner who demands the best, cutting their own lawn like the pros, whether mowing or on a trailer between jobs. When you see a Gravely, you're seeing greatness at work. Take your lawn mowing up a notch with a Gravely. See the full line at your local dealer.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, news out of the NFL today. The Ravens have fired John Harbaugh. Multiple teams have interest in interviewing him for another head coaching job, while his brother, Jim, they'll take on the Patriots on Sunday. Some other NFL news. Matt Eberflus out in Dallas as the defensive coordinator. Cliff Kingsbury out in Washington as the offensive coordinator. Catch every thrilling moment at TD Garden this season. Individual tickets for the 25-26 season are now on sale. From intense division matchups to legendary Original Six showdowns, don't miss the action. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to secure your seats today. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off your next drive to oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray, Ryan and Bob. They'll take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. It's driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
NHL fans, get yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Back in Seattle, Bruins and Kraken coming up. Let's take a look at the other action around the NHL tonight. Buffalo Sabres get back on the winning side against Vancouver.
Byram centers it in front. Here's a chance. Scores! Alex Tuck after Bo Byram with a dog on the puck feeds them to make it 3-0.
Yeah, they lost the other day to Columbus to ruin their 10-game win streak, but back on the win side of things here today with that 5-3 victory over Vancouver.
Yeah, 11 out of 12 ain't bad. Big matchup down in Tampa Bay, Lightning and Avalanche.
Nelson doing well enough to get baited into a penalty. Here's Crozier, drops up. Hagel scores! Brandon Hagel gives the Lightning the lead. It's 3-2.
Yeah, not many regulation wins, not many regulation losses for the Colorado Avalanche. That's just their fourth of the season as they drop this one to Tampa 4-2.
Yeah, back-to-back down in Florida this week. We head up next to Philadelphia, where the Flyers taking on the Ducks tonight.
Bacon centers that one. It comes back out to Cam York. He'll risk one. Score! Cates was out high. The Bacon down low and deflects in. And the Flyers have a 3-1 lead.
They've surprised a lot of people this year, including myself. So we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them live this year yet for the Flyers, but they continue their winning ways against Anaheim here tonight.
Carolina Hurricanes, big win at home over Dallas.
That deflects to the board. Ehlers with a keep it. They're going to the corner. Svechnikov. Miller! He scores! His second of the game! He scores in bunches! Keandre Miller! And it's 4-1 Carolina!
Canes end up winning that game 6-3. They're in the third period. It's all Islanders against New Jersey.
Barzal got a shooting lane, doesn't want it. Make your own there it is, the hat trick. 3.5 minutes into the second period.
Isles up 6-0 on the Devils there. Third period up in Toronto, and the Maple Leafs with a 3-0 lead on Florida.
In from Mikkola coming out in front. Nice. Powers his way. Back in front. What a goal. Austin Matthews from Matthew Nice.
Other action still ongoing. Winnipeg has a 2-1 lead over Vegas at the end of 2. They're at the end of 1 in Edmonton with the Oilers up 1-0 on Nashville. San Jose and Columbus about to get going at the top of the hour. We'll hear from Marco Sturm next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Greg Bedard here. I know you hear a lot about heating, plumbing, and AC on the station, and you don't think about it until your system breaks and you need it immediately. That's what happened to me, and I called Naterno Home Services, a local family-owned company, and they were there when I needed them. Naterno will buy back your old furnace, heat pump, boiler, mini-split, water heater, or water filtration system for up to $2,000. Plus, they offer Bryant HVAC equipment for $0 down with 0 interest for 36 months on all qualifying purchases. Visit NaternoHome.com to learn more. When your house says, oh no, better call Naterno.
This year's Farmer's Almanac warns of a harsh, super snowy winter. So take control of the wet, snowy, and icy conditions with a new set of Bridgestone winter tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services for life with your purchase of Bridgestone winter tires. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Boston Vision helped baseball legend David Ortiz get back to seeing 20/20 again, and they can do the same for you. See like Big Papi. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com.
For all your heating and cooling needs, you need an
New England winters mean waiting for your car to warm up each morning, but you shouldn't have to wait for your shower to warm up. If your water heater isn't keeping up, contact Endless Energy at 775-END-LESS or go endlessenergy.com to get fast virtual water heater replacement quotes. And mention Sports Hub to unlock special discounts.
This is 2026. No more messing around. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you are switching to Astound. Shifting your Wi-Fi and life into a new gear. Reliable, affordable connection. So you can browse, watch, and play like you've always wanted. Because slow Wi-Fi is so last year. Under budget, full speed ahead. That's Astound. Gig Wi-Fi for $50 a month with the 3-year price lock. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco gets set to take on Seattle here today. Big picture-wise, you're looking at a month now before the Olympic break. Busy month. You know, where your team is, where you're looking for them to be. We've talked about the improvements in the process and things like that, but this is a very busy month for you. How do you approach it? Do you approach it in 5 or 6 game segments or over the month?
It always depends. For this one, for example, I approached it like around this road trip, basically. So that's, for me, there was one segment with those, with those games here on the road since Christmas. And again, for me, we already reached 500, so it's a really good opportunity to get above and have a really good road trip instead of a good one. So I think that's my, and then I will go home and go to homestand and kind of go from there. Yes, the big picture is probably till the break, but I like to start little, start with a little picture, small little segments, and kind of go from there.
From my standpoint, you tell me if I'm wrong, but it started with the Calgary game, right, where things started to turn for you in the right direction. I know you didn't get the win in that game, but much better. Now you've gotten a couple wins in a row after that. What's been the common theme there for you?
Yeah, no, I think energy-wise, we just, I don't know, it was around Christmas. I know a lot of guys had family in town. I know it was a busy week. For some reason, we never really had that jump and that energy what we had in the past, and it kind of carried over to Buffalo too. Guys came in a little bit flat. I know it was a tough day with the travel, but I don't know, for some reason we never had our mojo back. But then the day after in Buffalo, we had a really good practice. I thought really good meetings, and since then I feel much better again. I feel like I'm coaching my whole team again. That's how I feel, and maybe you guys can see it too. It was just a bad week with no energy, and unfortunately, bad bounces too. We didn't get a point here and there, but that's how it is. It's a tough league, but I feel much better about my team right now.
Speaking of bounces, Fraser, great story for him in Vancouver, right? A couple of goals there for him in his hometown, but I think you had said earlier you're not as concerned about offense from him. You just want to see the 200-foot game and be, but to see the offense now obviously come, is it something that's kind of evolving for him?
Yeah, I think so, and that's just a plus. Again, I think he's just a player I want to be careful developing. You don't want to jump and miss a few steps there. I want him to develop the right way because he's that young and he's that good. So I want to make sure he's going to get dialed in on the defensive side of it. And I think slowly, that's why I waited that long to be in a power play to see what he got offensively. And it's nice to see that it works out right now. But again, that's just the start of it. But he's definitely making bigger strides than maybe not me, but maybe some other guys thought.
A different look for you on the back end today without Hampus in there. Henry comes back into the lineup. Jonathan goes to the left side, so there's some different looks for you. Just in terms of your pairs, do you like the way that they're kind of balanced in what you have there?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, if you lose a guy like Hampus, I think one of the better D, it's always hard, but I think we showed in the past, it doesn't matter who was in and out, we found a way, and the guys played and stepped it up. So we feel really good with Aspie. I think Yoki, he's a veteran guy, he's Olympian, so I think we feel pretty good about him coming back. Hopefully he gets in there right away with time off, and yes, we miss Hempus, but also I think we feel good about it.
Last question for you on Seattle. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, they couldn't buy a win. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, they can't lose. Well, what's changed for them?
Yeah. It's funny how it works. I'm glad we're not the only ones. No, it's just, again, I think the goalie's been really good. I think both of them. I think that changed a lot. Less goals against, that means they play better defense. The power play's clicking a little bit more. And I think, Ozone, they just found ways now. I think they're more direct than they were used to. Guys are, they have a lot of speed, obviously, lots of speed, and now they're just kind of using it right now, and it goes in for them. So they have a good stretch right now. I think the goalies, power play, and finding ways in that. I think those are the big three areas.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck here. Let's hit Coach Marco Sturm, Bruins, Seattle next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBCFM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Saturday night in Vancouver was a homecoming for Fraser Minton he won't soon forget. Minton, near side boards. Turns away from Sherwood, gets it across to Pasternak, high slot shot, glove save, rebound, score! It's Fraser Minton, the hometown hero, wins it 3-2 for the Bruins. His second overtime game winner this year, his second goal of the night. Tonight, they close out the road trip in Seattle against a team very much in the thick of the playoff race. The Bruins and the Kraken, coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, shot, King Neely, wow. Nathan Horton wins game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop of the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon. David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're in Seattle for the Bruins and the Kraken. Round one of their 2 games, and they're coming up quickly on each other. What do the Bruins need to do to slow down an unstoppable team all of a sudden?
Yeah, be ready for their speed and their balance. That's what they're very good at. Yes, they've played well defensively. Yes, they've gotten good goaltending. Yeah, their power play's been good, but they have good balance to their lines, and they have a trust factor right now based on the way that they've played. Points in 8 straight games, 7-0-1 in that time. For the Bruins, can they put together some games where they stay out of the penalty box? Because I think against this power play here today, you're going to be really challenged if you don't.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Face-Off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
Advance your career with an MBA or specialized master's through Babson College. Join the school ranked #2 best college in the U.S. by the Wall Street Journal 2025. Visit babson.edu/grad programs.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit BuyFordNow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins getting ready to take on the Seattle Kraken for the first of their 2 meetings this season as the teams line up before the opening face-off. We'll get our national anthem brought to you by Mass Mutual Planning and Protection on and off the field. Let's take you down to ice level and the Star Spangled Banner.
Singer Tommy Burton. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Ere the rockets red lamp, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tommy getting set for the opening face-off here today between the Bruins and the Kraken. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. In goal for Seattle is Joey Decord. On defense, the pairing of Cal Fleury and Ryan Lindgren. And up front, it's Capo Caco, Jordan Eberle, and Hingham's own Matty Beniers for the Bruins. They'll start Jeremy Swayman again here in goal. Jonathan Aspro, Charlie McAvoy, your defenseman. Up front, a line of Morgan Geekie, Elias Lindholm, and Alex Steves.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is George Medlinskis of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, George will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Fifth and final game of this road trip. Bruins in the road, white sweaters, white helmets, and black pants. Kraken in black from head to toe with, not sure what the official color of that light blue is. And some red trim there as well as the puck is directed toward the Boston zone down to our right. McAvoy shoots it right back out of there.
I know it's not great at seeing numbers, that's for sure.
On the near side wall, pushed into the neutral ice and thrown right back in here by the Kraken. It'll come bouncing toward the trapezoid. Swayman backhanded around behind the net, gave it away. But the centering pass comes all the way through.
There's still a breakdown in communication. You know, that simple play, or should be a simple play, that you take for granted a lot, but when it's not done right, you get a good scoring chance from it, or potentially.
Alex Steves getting deep into the Seattle zone down to our left here. Minton along the far side circle. Got it back to Jokiharju with a point. His shot got blocked by Benier. Steves finds it and hits the crossbar. Eberle will play it out of the zone.
Yeah, good. Decord never saw that shot. The initial shot never got through. Steves was able to pull it out of the pile, turn, and fire.
Puck picked up along the near boards by Fleury. Throws it across ice coming through the neutral zone. Jokiharju able to hold the line. Minton will play to Pasternak. He sweeps it back across to the near circle for Zadorov. His pass gets blocked off of Freddie Gaudreau and goes right in on Jeremy Swayman. Zacha now with the outlet, comes across ice here for Pasternak. Gets it deep into Seattle territory, but the Kraken regain. Off the near side circle, Ryan Winterton will move it out into the neutral ice. Taken back by Peak here for the Bruins. Husnudinov trying to find a puck over by the Seattle bench. Kraken will regain inside their own zone. It's Dunn wrapping it towards the near side. Larson will send it back over to that far side. Dunn pass up the left side, directed deep by Shane Wright. Stopped behind the net by Swayman. Spun it up the near side wall. Zacha will get it from Laura. Here's Peak skating it to the red line on the far side to dump in. Around the near side wall. Arvidsson putting pressure on Alexiak. Forced the puck around to the far side. Peak pinching in. Zacha helps him out and keeps the puck in. Middlestat fired one across ice out of the reach of Aspro. It ricochets back out to center. 2:10 gone by here in the first period. As puck off the skate of Corrali, kicked on to Alexiak. He had to find the handle on it and got hit by Tanner Jeannot, who's back in the lineup after a 4-game absence tonight.
Yeah, him and Jokiharju, gives this fourth line some identity, obviously, with Jeannot back in there.
Kraken coming ahead with Melanson feeding one toward Alexiak. Threw it into the far corner. Kastelik played out toward the blue line, but not out. Comes back to him. He's got Jeannot now streaking through center ice. On the right wing side. Stops along the wall. It's shoved off of the puck. It's tipped out into the middle here by Melanson. Now chasing to the right wing side. He takes a heavy hit along the boards by Zadorov, who wins the puck. McAvoy from behind the Bruins net. Throws one out through center ice. Jeannot able to tip it forward. Myers will dump it right back into the Bruins zone. Stopped behind the net by Swayman. Deals to Zadorov on the near side. He's got Geekie coming into neutral ice. Stumbled, but from the seat of his pants, able to get it to Elias Lindholm. His shot went wide, and then Steves with one from in tight.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Morgan Geekie just kind of lost his balance coming through the neutral zone, but stayed right with it. Makes that pass over to Lindholm.
Former member of this Seattle Kraken team. Now the Bruins are going to get whistled for an icing here on an errant pass.
Yeah, curious to see what Seattle has here today, right? 7-0-1 in their last 8 games. They've found different ways to win. They've had a balanced scoring attack. You know that they can come at you with some speed, so you want to slow them down through the neutral zone. That's something that the Bruins try to do against any team they're playing against. But, and can you create offense against this team? They're without Brandon Montour, but they've been good defensively. And they had a good performance last night from their goaltender and Philip Grubauer, somebody that had fallen out of favor for a little while, but he's had himself a good season. DeCourt's played the majority of the games, but Grubauer's been good when called upon.
Yeah, Grubauer's won 4 in a row, has given up only 1 goal in each of those games. As the Kraken get set up here offensively. On that far side circle, turnaround shot. Got blocked by Elias Lindholm, but a second effort as they stayed with it. And Swayman at the top of his crease to make that save on Winterton.
Yeah, he gets a second chance. I mean, Lindholm played it well initially in blocking that shot, but Winterton getting the second opportunity by just staying on it. And I don't know if Lindholm thought he had it out in front of him or just lost track of where that puck was, but it ends up being a decent scoring chance and a good stop there by Swayman. I mean, Swayman's played, majority of the games right now, and he didn't play that game against Buffalo, but 4 straight start, but you've been spread out in your games.
Off the draw, it comes to Dunn. Tried to shoot from out near the blue line, blocked by Pasternak. Forced it ahead, but able to come back in front of him was Gaudreau. Now Husnudinov along the near side circle gets the Bruins set up. Fleury with a shot. That got knocked down near circle. Minton rushing to it, but was forced wide of the net. Husnudinov, near corner to Minton. Brings it back toward the hash marks near side. Wheels it back deep. Pasternak waiting behind the net. Protecting the puck as he goes toward the far corner. Turns and tried to get it in front. Ricocheted back to Peak, and his shot straight on from the blue line was blocked in between the circle. Dunn lost it to Minton near corner. Here's Pasternak at the near side circle, centering pass, got knocked down in front, still loose, and finally poked into that far corner.
Yeah, Dunn and Larson, their top pair. They'll play a lot of minutes, but when I say a lot of minutes, they'll play the majority of the minutes on the back end, but they spread it out.
There's Lori coming back from behind the Bruins net. Up the left side for Middlestat. Got it into the Seattle zone, ridden to the boards. It'll be pulled back behind the net here by Berkeley Catton. Up through the neutral zone and a dump in by Riker Evans. Aspero played it back behind the Bruins net. McAvoy taking into the far corner. Puck gets directed up into the air. Glove down in the neutral zone. Chased across ice by Zaka was Evans. McAvoy had it knocked off his stick near the Boston blue line, and Swayman able to poke check it away from Catton, who was racing to a loose puck.
50-50 puck there, and Swayman was able to get a piece.
McAvoy tried to dump in from the red line. That one blocked. Comes back toward the Boston Blues. Zaka knocks it out of midair and settles it. About 5.5 minutes into this first period here in Seattle. Fleury back for the Kraken. Takes a hit from Kastelik as he moves the puck around the near side. And a hit along the near side by Corrali. Kraken able to break out, get it to center ice and dump in. Kofi Harju around that far side, directed off the boards and out of the zone by Corrali. Zadorov skates onto a loose puck near center ice, dumps it in. Decor comes out to play it. Kastelik rushing in behind the net, trying to get it in front for Jeannot.
Kastelik got there just same time as Decor got the stick lift.
Here's Zadorov from the left point with a shot, and Decor makes a glove save with Kastelik providing the screen. And that'll get us to our first timeout with 13:58 to go here in the first period. No score. Bruins and Kraken on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda.
Show and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Quiet, Nelson, I'm telling them. Now that winter and its freezing temperatures are here, it's crucial to get your boilers and hot water heaters serviced. Super Service Today's technicians are highly trained with the latest tools to keep your heating system running smoothly all winter long. Don't wait. Book your appointment now at superservicetoday.com. Day or night and always done right.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call superservicetoday.com.
Scott Zolak talks with Boston basketball champion and Boston dental patient Derek White.
One time, Dr. Maliki, we were talking and he told me about his first startup. I think it's called Floss Time, where they bring their team in, provide dental services at the workplace because it's hard to go to the dentist and everybody is super busy. Does your family go to Boston Dental as well?
Yeah, my wife's she enjoys the care there, and definitely been a great to have a family-like atmosphere in our dentist.
Boston Dental. For a championship smile, go see them in the Seaport for high-end sports-focused dentistry. To make your appointment, visit bostondental.com.
This is Boston's home for sports.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to your local Ford dealer and secure your deal today on a brand new Ford. No score here in the early going in Seattle. 13:58 to play first period. Face-off will be in the attack zone here for Boston. Final game of this road trip. Headed home for 5 straight after this one, starting on Thursday night when the Calgary Flames visit. See Seattle back into that road trip next Thursday. Night the Bruins retires Zdeno Chara's jersey number. Face-off in the near circle to our left. Fraser Minton gets asked out of the circle, and so Hustadinov will take his place here against Gaudreau. Won by the Kraken. Dunn sends it around the far side. Anderson gives it back to him. Long pass through neutral ice, directed deep by Gaudreau. McAvoy from behind the Bruins net. Shot it around the far side, peeled off the wall. Far circle, Gaudreau tangled with McAvoy. Comes back out to the blue line and throws a shot just wide on the stick side. Stevenson to Dunn for a one-timer, partially blocked.
Yeah, McAvoy got a piece, broke a stick.
Puck off the far wall, comes to Stevenson out near the blue line. Kicked it away from Pasternak. Thrown back to the front of the net, blocked there by Aspero. Cleared by Hustadinov. And Larson back inside his own zone. Here's Gaudreau. Skating ahead to the red line. Brings it across the blue. Lost it there. Peak over to Lori. Back in front of the net to Peak. And he'll angle one across the ice for Geekie, knocked off the end of his stick out in the neutral ice. Bruins will try it again. Geekie off his backhand that time.
He's back where he played a little bit for Morgan Geekie. He's had an eventful, not in the best of ways, first period.
Puck gets wrapped around the far side, and Lindgren played it back down into the corner here for the Kraken. Geekie able to dig it from a pile, gets it out of the zone, and here's Steves up the right wing side. Steves stops on the far circle against Lindgren, gets forced into the corner, plays it off the wall. Elias Lindholm goes to get it, back down low to Steves, able to get it through, but lost his stick in the process.
Get his stick chopped out of his hands there by Lindgren. He'd beaten him.
Eberle going to carry it ahead here for the Kraken. Throws a shot in on Swayman, who sticks it into the far corner. Middlestat turns in that far corner now. Puck is grabbed along the far circle, sent back toward the near point, and Alexiak fires a bomb on goal.
Yeah, Bruins got to do a better job here. I know it's early in the game, but managing that puck in the D zone. They've had a couple of turnovers in that area so far.
Wright wraps it over to the far side. Evans in the corner. Goes back behind the net. Middlestat able to take away from Wright. Sends to Lohrei far circle. He tried to go back across the ice. That got knocked down, and the Kraken keep alive. Can played down into the corner. Lohrei poked it free. Zadorov gets it out to the blue line. Elias Lindholm to Middlestat. He'll play it forward. 11:38 to go here in the first period. No score in Seattle. Puck up the near side boards, and Zadorov, he's going to take a penalty.
It'll be an interference call. Too many turnovers inside the D zone right now. You know, Seattle's going to come quick. They're going to forecheck hard. They're going to try to force you into mistakes down there, and they've done it so far.
Zadorov put a hit on Jared McCann in the neutral ice with the puck coming in their direction, but he's going to get called for interference.
Yeah, McCann giving Zadorov an earful as he goes off the ice on the line change. Puck was in the area, but McCann didn't have it. Because he anticipated him getting it.
So the Kraken will get the first crack at the power play tonight. 11:29 to go here in the first period. Bruins penalty killers 17 out of 19 on the trip.
Yeah, one of them was that 4-on-3 against Calgary.
Face-off win by Stevenson as Kraken gets set up. Turning pass away from the ears, kept alive, and now it's done. Lost it. We get another penalty.
It's going to be a trip in front of the net. You're going to have two defensemen in the box, unless this was Swayman that did it. Swayman barking right now at Eberle.
He was the guy who was down on the ice. Yeah,
it was while the things were going around up high there, all I saw was Eberle go down. Swayman barking at him, not too happy about how easily Eberle went down, but he took his feet out from under him. Eberle's standing right at the top of the crease, and Swayman pokes his left leg. Thought that he went down easy, but I don't know. That looks like a penalty to me.
Yeah, I mean, he basically just poke-checked the back of his skate. So the Bruins will put another man in the box.
Yeah, but it won't. So I thought at first it might have been McAvoy, but it was Swayman. Right. So now you put it forward in the box.
It'll be Kastelik who has to serve this here.
Oh, it had to be somebody from the ice.
That's on the ice at the time. So it's one of your
penalty killers. One of your better penalty killers, one of your better face-off guys.
Right. So Elias Lindholm, McAvoy, and Aspero will be the three-man unit here. It's a minute 52 of 5-on-3 time for the Kraken. Face-off is to the right of Swayman. And off the draw, it'll be pushed back to the point. They work it to McCann. Back up top. And the shot directed on to Swayman, and the rebound they score. It's Eberle standing all by himself at the side of the net, able to tuck that in. And a 1-0 lead for Seattle.
You lose the face-off. Then you try to adjust and you try to get yourself set up structure-wise. But a shot that gets partially blocked and a nice bounce for Eberle, who's down to the right of Swayman. He's the guy that draws the penalty. He's standing alone on the left side to the right of Swayman. Shot actually got blocked by Beniers in front. It hit him in the leg and went right to Eberle. And you got Swayman playing the initial shot that's coming from the middle of the ice. So He can't recover in time to get back to his right. McAvoy can't get there in time, and pretty easy goal. And so one of our keys tonight was staying out of the box. Put yourself down 5-on-3, not even 9 minutes into the first period. And both were penalties.
Yeah. Kraken still with 90 seconds of power play time to go. 5-on-4 now. McAvoy able to get the puck to Corrali, and Corrali slaps it all the way down the ice.
Both were penalties, and they're both avoidable penalties.
Right. Here's Zadorov to send it all the way down the ice. That one blocked partially through. Dunn will drop it back, and the Kraken moving forward. Stevenson leaves the Boston line, but does so offside.
He got poked away anyhow, so it's a nice job. It hit the blue line there by the Bruins. But it's been all year, and we talked about this the other day, right? It's on the players.
At some point,
it's not on the coaches anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. I don't think they can find them anymore. You know, I used to have a kangaroo court or something. I mean, but you gotta. I mean, it's on the players to figure this thing out.
You know, and Marco Sturm talked about it the other day. You know, if you're taking a penalty in front of the net to try and help your goaltender or to try and save a goal, we'll deal with those penalties all day. But
understood. There's different penalties.
Yeah.
But you know, Zadorov wants to be physical. I get that, but that's an avoidable penalty. And honestly, Swayman's is an avoidable penalty. He's trying to keep his crease clear, but I get that. But
Evans walking along the blue line here against Minton, lost it out of the zone offside.
Give him a push, give him a little chop, but you can't take his skate out from under him, though. Right. I mean, I love the way Jeremy Swayman's been playing, and I know he gets occupied with people that are in front of him, and he wants to make sure that he keeps his crease clean, but I think that's an avoidable one. Like I said, he thought Eberle went down pretty easily, but put yourself in a position to take that.
Patton gets Gaudreau back into the attack zone here for the Kraken, but a turnover, and Zaka will send it all the way down. 25 seconds left on the Swayman penalty being served by Castle. 9:40 to go here in the first period. Kako move through neutral ice. Catton will play it off the far wall. Right, turns it back toward the blue line. Evans, shot redirected wide of Swayman. In the near corner, shot up the wall and out by Zadorov. Ford will settle it behind the Kraken net. Out of the box comes Kastelic. So Seattle able to score on that 5-on-3. Bruins back at full strength now, trailing by a goal. As the Kraken get back into the offense here, Cartier played it down into the corner, wrapped around far side. Geeky tapped off the wall. Elias Lindholm ahead for Pasternak, keeping his feet on side with a bouncing puck, but taken away from him. Fleury will start up the near side here for Seattle. Directed deep by Melancon. Swayman in the far corner to Pete. His effort blocked on that far wall by Myers. Loose puck at the circle, and Pasternak plays it toward the near side of Lohrei. Geeky got forced back into the zone, and they whistle that down as an offside here against Seattle. So we'll take a break with 8:38 to go in the first period. It's the Kraken 1 and the Bruins nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
When it's really cold, you'll feel it in your bones, and your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Fans get down to TD Garden on Thursday for the first home game of the new year. Cheer on the Bruins as they take on the Calgary Flames starting at 7 p.m. Select tickets still available for that one. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to grab your seat for the action. 8:38 to go here in the first period. Bruins trailing 1-0 after the 5-on-3 power play goal here for Seattle. For Neverly's 15th. Matty Beniers and Vince Dunn at 8:50. As puck played into the Bruins zone. Centering pass right in front. McCann had a great opportunity. Denied by Swayman. Puck will be cleared up the near side. Brought through neutral ice by Zaka. In across the line. Trying to get it to the net. Kicked into the far corner off Lindgren. Sent behind here for Arvidsson. Battling his way into the near side corner and out toward the hash marks. Middlestat. Gives back to Arvidsson on this left wing side. Back to the point, Zadorov with a shot. Redirected by Zaka just wide. Far side circle. Middlestat able to grab one out of the air. Moves to the high slot and shoots. Big save made by DeCord. Back over to the far side, Yoki Haru. Middlestat. And carry it toward that far circle. Peels back toward the wall. Try to play it down the wall, but taken away by McCann.
Zaka got taken down in front of the net. That chance for McCann, I think it was Catton that set it up, right? He got in there quickly on the forecheck and was able to center that puck. McCann, great opportunity, point blank.
Fleury, along with Alexiak inside the Kraken zone. Under 7.5 to go now in the period. Beniers carries through the center ice circle, brings to the Boston line. Couldn't get a pass through Minton. It'll kick toward the near side circle. Zadorov fires long. Pasternak off the carom out of the corner, shoots and scores! David Pasternak gets the Bruins back even.
Took a hard hit after he did it as well. Zadorov throws this puck cross corner. Pasternak's going to get in there quick. It looks like he might go around the net. He sells DeCord that he's going to go around the net on this instead of taking a shot from a tight angle. And he's going to go short side high on Joey DeCord to finish this one off. And he takes a hard hit in behind the net after putting that puck in the back of the net. There's a nice little toss. Bouncing puck. He fakes like he's going to take the big slapper from in tight. And then he stops it, and it's a rolling puck, and he just kind of flips it up short side high on DeCord. Draws a couple of Bruins in there after taking that big hit in behind the net. I mean, it's not a dirty hit. It's just, you know, Evans doesn't know the puck's in the back of the net.
Right.
If he does, he's frustrated. But nice goal by Pasternak to draw the Bruins even.
His 18th of the season. Puck gets sent around here by Swayman.
It was right after that huge save made by Swayman, though. Right on McCann. Or not long after it.
Wrapped in deep here again by the Kraken. In the near corner, Aspero battling with Cartier. Off the far wall toward Kastelik. Held in the zone. Comes back toward Aspero from between the circles. Angles it off the near boards out to center ice. Looking for Jeannot. Instead sent back into the Bruins end. McAvoy will circle back behind. Here's Corrali through the neutral ice. In across the line with a shot in the top of the left circle that went wide. Pete rushing over to the far point to keep it alive. Then back behind the net. Larson takes a hit from Jeannot. Cartier turned it over inside the blue line to Corrali. Throws it at the net, but DeCord scoops it up with a glove.
Yeah, what a fake here by Pasternak. Looks like it's going to be the one-timer coming off the far boards and holds on to it and just flicks that puck short side. We've seen a few goals like that on this trip. We've seen a few goals this season like that. You know, where the goaltender's taking away that bottom half. But they give up that little hole just over the shoulder on the short side.
Yeah, it's not much of a window, but
yeah, but these shooters,
they don't need much. Out toward the blue line here Elias Lindholm sent back down toward the corner. Bruins get pressure on here and force the turnover. Steves has it top of the right circle. Peels back toward the blue line. Gets around Gaudreau. Far circle to Geekie. Had it knocked off his stick. A drive by Pete gets blocked. And Gaudreau will angle it up the far side. He's got Stevenson 2-on-1. Stevenson left circle. Crossing pass blocked by Laura.
That's a good play by Laura. I mean, he's getting some stick taps and love from the bench right now. You know, Pete ducked down a little bit in that offensive zone, and it doesn't take much for Seattle to get going the other way, get going north on the 2-on-1. Laura breaks it up, getting that stick down on the ice to break up that attempted pass left to right.
Fleury from the red line sends a bouncer towards Swayman. Doubles it off for Zadorov. Off the far side wall. Comes to Arvidsson. Coming through the neutral ice. Here's Yoki Haru skating in across the line. Down into the right wing corner against Lindgren. Back toward Middlestad, who's out near the line. On the far circle. Taken away by Wright. Pushes into the middle. And it's Catton from the red line to chip in off the right wing boards. Yoki Haru will send it around the far side. Jumped off the stick of McCann right to Arvidsson. Here's Zadorov. Through the neutral zone. Back to Arvidsson across the line. Tried to backhand it toward Middlestad. It was behind him as Arvidsson was spun around.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back. I mean, he's a guy who likes to shoot the puck, period. I was surprised he even tried to make a pass there.
Aspero behind the Bruins net to Pasternak. Into the near corner. Aspero shot it up the wall. Held in briefly by Eberle, but now cleared out. And it's Pasternak. Left wing side. From the circle, a shot into Gord. Ravens that one against his body. 4:32 to play here in the first period. Bruins have drawn even 1-1 with the Kraken on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Want the best deal on Bridgestone winter tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get Bridgestone tires at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, you get more free services than anywhere else. When you combine Town Fair's guaranteed lowest price with the most free services, you get the guaranteed best deals anywhere on your Bridgestone winter tires. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And you know we mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
4:32 to go here in the first period. And the Bruins and Kraken even at a goal apiece. David Pasternak's 18th from Nikita Zadorov at 12:47. Tied it up for Boston. Face-off coming up in the attack zone here. Razor Minton will take the draw. Ustinov on his left, and Pasternak set up in the slot here with Aspero and McAvoy, the deep area. Off the face-off, Kraken will control, and they try to break out Winterton, but that pass is all the way down into Bruins territory. McAvoy hustling back to it, lost in front of the net, and Bruins able to survive that as Pasternak turns it up ice. From the red line down into the left wing corner. Minton goes in against Larson. Pasternak gets involved as well. And the puck squirts toward the side of the net. Minton took a tumble. Turn on the near side by Gaudreau. Drive by Aspero wide.
Larson's a good, he's a physical defenseman on there for Seattle. He's going to make you pay the price. Big, strong guy, right shot.
Aspero moves it over to the far side. Pasternak out near the blue line. Now McAvoy off a redirection in the far circle. Spun it back behind the net. Larson keeps it moving toward the near side. Gaudreau can't get it cleared. Aspero misfired on a one-time attempt. And Gaudreau will skate it out across the blue line. But gathered in through the neutral zone by Winterton. Kraken were changing. He circles back. Now gives to Fleury to bring forward. He drives one in on Swayman, who knocks it down and then covers it up.
I'll take that shot. Fleury's a defensive defenseman. I mean, he's got all kinds of room coming down the right side if he wants to just hold on to it and wait for some help. He's all the way over by the boards, taking a slap shot with
50-foot blast with nobody in front.
Yeah. Bruins, go back to it. You know, we talked about penalties already, but handling the forecheck of Seattle. Seattle's in there quickly on them. They haven't done a great job so far. It's been hit or miss. They've had a couple good plays coming out of their own zone, but they've had a couple where they've struggled and turned some pucks over there.
Face off in the near circle. Battle for possession. Kicked off toward the near wall, and Pete will lift it up off the glass and out, and it deflected off the glass and goes out of play into the penalty box. So they'll bring the face-off back into the defensive zone. .319 left here in this first period. Sean Corrali will take the draw here against Shane Wright. And Corrali wins it back along the end boards to Laura. Off the near side wall, kicked loose at the blue line. Corrali grabs it, moves ahead. Cutting to the left wing circle. Corrali will play it around the boards, far side. Pete gets there in time to hold it in. Throws one up high and wide of the net. Corrali in the near corner against Alexiev. Able to fight him off. Played it into the far side circle. Kastelik skates to it. Trying to center. That one off a skate. Kicked back out to center right.
Let you know there for a second.
Lori will throw one up the left side here for Jeannot. Helps it deep into Seattle territory. Lindgren going behind the net. Pressured by Elias Lindholm. Fleury got it toward Eberle. Zadorov takes it back near the red line. Gives over to the far side for Steves. Gets it right back deep. Fleury coming around his net. Harassed by Elias Lindholm. Now to be brought through neutral ice by Beniers. Steps in across the Boston line. Offside again.
Yeah, one extra move at the offensive blue line by Beniers. Had himself a good year so far. You know, he took a little criticism last year. You know, looking for a little bit more from him. Continue to move up in terms of the point totals. But he's done a good job this year. At least, you know, talking to people around here and seeing what he's done on the score sheet.
Second overall pick in 2021. Hingham native.
Scored a highlight reel goal in the shootout the other day. Did you see that one?
I did.
Finish that off. Beauty.
Right now, 7 goals on the season. 3 of them have come in the last 3 games.
He's a little bit more of a passer anyhow, right?
Right. 24 points through 40 games. 57 points as a rookie here a couple of years ago. Zadorov goes into the far corner of Bruin zone. Middlestat along the far wall. RJ forced it back toward the corner. Zadorov will try it around the near side this time. Zaka pushed back a little deeper into his own zone, throws one ahead, and that's going to turn into an icing. Arvidsson was trying to beat Lindgren down the ice.
Now it's about getting back quickly on pucks, and it's about that first touch, I think, for the Bruins and being better in that area. And so far, there's been a few too many turnovers with the pressure that they've been applying, what Seattle has been applying. The support, the first touch, the decisions, and then the battles.
Jokiharju lifting one up the right side. That's going to go for another icing as it goes bouncing down into the Seattle zone. I know this is one of your pet peeves.
Yeah,
you win the face-off.
Draw cleanly, and you ice the puck. You waste a face-off win.
Right. This time, Beniers wins the draw. And Eberle, shot blocked by Arvidsson, kicks out of the zone. It'll be lifted right back in deep. Zaka, the back of the net, shot it around the near side. Pulled off the wall by Eberle. Beniers from the right circle. Shot goes up over the net. Arvidsson far side. Well, throwing across ice through neutral. Middlestat directs that deep. Zaka battles into the corner against Lindgren. Beniers will bring the puck behind his own net. Minute 25 to go here in the first period. From the red line, it'll be lifted in. Wide of Swayman. Aspero turns it off the end wall. Up the left side, pass off the skate of Husnudinov turned over. Gaudreau gets it back into Boston territory, but McAvoy controls. Pass to center ice for Minton. On the right side, Pasternak can't stick handle in across the line. McAvoy bats it free, but Gaudreau right back to that left side. Winterton tried a shot, blocked by McAvoy. Aspero near corner, 55 to go in the period. He will lift one end over end out towards center ice. Dunn cut it back toward Winterton, and deep it goes. Aspero to McAvoy, far side wall. That's off his stick. Glove down by Aspero, shot it back toward the near side. Bruins can't get it clear. 35 to go in the period. Now Seattle getting some changes on, will back off. Bruins will change as well. 25 seconds left in this period. Long pass through neutral ice. Elias Lindholm did not get a stick on it, and that will be another icing.
That's not on the D there. That's on Elias Lindholm.
Lindholm beats Catton on the draw. Lori will rim it around near side. Steve's just outside his own blue line.
That wraparound I get, because Steve's knows it. That's a set play. I'm going to bust, get over to that far boards, right by the blue line, and Lori has one. He's not even looking. He's just going to wrap that puck around, and Steve's is there for it.
As the puck gets played into the Seattle zone, that's going to bring us to the end of the first period. So the Bruins get themselves into a little early penalty trouble and fell behind on a power play goal, but Pasternak able to tie it up. And it's 1-1 at the end of 20 minutes here in Seattle. We'll step aside, be back with our first intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Kraken are tied at 1 at the end of 1 as we're back here in Seattle along with Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston, and part of our first intermission tonight, we're going to take a little time to talk about the Olympic rosters. Obviously, the announcements last week, big announcement for Team Canada, followed up on Friday by the announcement of Team USA, the Czech Republic, or Czechia as they're now known, named their team today as well. Let's start with Team USA and General Manager Bill Guerin talking about how he put his team together.
You know what? We built the best team possible, or we feel that we built the best team possible. We did that with us in mind. We're worried about us, not anybody else.
Yeah, so I don't know if he took heat for it or, look, it's always going to be open for second guessing. You're not going to satisfy everybody in terms of who you pick on the team. They're going to be good players that are left off. Sure. You brought back a few guys that were on the Four Nations team that were questionable to be on this team. You also left a few guys off that were on the Four Nations team to add a few new players. So, a guy like Kreider didn't make it back there this season. Adam Fox didn't make it back there. Quinn Hughes is a new ad because he was hurt last time. He made some changes up front with a couple of guys. Tage Thompson's a full-time guy now. But, I think the biggest Fox is one of them, but the other one that a lot of people are wondering about was Jason Robertson. Jason Robertson is the leading scoring American right now, points-wise.
Points-wise, yeah.
Leading point getter among all Americans, and he was left off the roster. And I did hear another portion of Billy Guerin's press conference, who I've got a lot of time for, by the way. I really respect Billy and what he does and the career he's had, both as a player and now as an executive. But he and everybody's got that mutual respect for him. He's just got that kind of personality, right? He said, look, if it was just about picking all the top scorers, why do we need a GM or a coach?
Right. You could just
go down the list and just pick them, right? I mean, But, it's on a team that scoring, you want to make sure you have enough of it. A guy like Cole Caulfield comes to mind, who's had a good season so far with the Montreal Canadiens and scored some big goals for them. And, a guy like Robertson. Those are the top two that kind of come to mind, right off the bat. And Adam Fox is one that, a lot of people have kind of, we're a little surprised that hasn't had a great year. Has had a lot of injuries as well.
Right.
But he's also a Norris Trophy winner. So it's tough to leave guys like that off there. But you had Quinn Hughes. Do you have enough of it from the back end? If Hughes is healthy, you probably do. He's going to see the majority of the power play time. So is Fox is the guy that you want there, or do you want to replace him with somebody else? So, and you do get an extra player to pick this year, one more than you did for the Four Nations Cup. And you're going to dress, I didn't realize this, you dress 13 forwards and 7 defensemen for a game.
Okay.
So one extra forward, one extra D dresses for the game, and then they'll have a couple of guys that are healthy scratches.
Right. Another name, I don't think you mentioned, Matthew Nye is another name that was a guy who could easily have fit on that team. Big
physical forward, has had a good year with Toronto so far, and a guy that a lot of people thought would be on that team just because he brings you something that, he's not a fighter per se, but you're not going to need fighting in the Olympics, but the big body that can score. Tom Wilson made the team for Canada because he's had an outstanding year and he can change games with his physicality and his goal scoring for that matter and penalty killing. Nyes has opened up a lot of eyes this year and last, and because he's a good hockey player, and some people thought that he would make the team ahead of a couple other guys.
So when you look at Team Canada, the list of potential snubs in quotation marks is always going to be long. Any that really stand out to you?
Well, sure. you leave a couple of guys off the team. Sam Bennett's the biggest one, right?
Yeah.
Sam Bennett, Seth Jarvis, those are a couple of the guys. I mean, on D, you're pretty much sticking with the same defense group that you went with. You change up 2 of your goaltenders. You know, Binnington's still going to be there. That's a hot button topic up in Canada. We were in Canada while this was going on, so you know they had the whole. Everywhere. They had another team put up on the on the board while they were doing a Sports Center show or whatever of all the guys that could have made this Canadian team that didn't make it. Right? Yeah. So you can imagine it was a pretty big deal up in Canada at the time, but I think a lot of people were wondering about Binnington, Cooper, and Armstrong were like, nope, Binnington's their guy, and they're going with him. So I thought that the goaltender Blackwood, Mackenzie Blackwood
from Colorado.
Yeah, I want to get them correct because there's
Wedgwood is
his
partner. Yeah,
Blackwood. I think it's Blackwood, who's had a really good year, and there was some talk that he might have been able to make this team, but of course did not.
Yeah, they went with Logan Thompson and Darcy Kemper along with Jordan Binnington. So some thoughts on the USA and Canada rosters for the upcoming Olympics. Bruins will have 6, make it 7 Olympians. Don Welsh-Melis going to play for Team Latvia. Bruins prospect was named to their team today. Bruins and Kraken are tied at 1 after 1 here in Seattle. We'll check the other action around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, Ryan Williams here with 128 Plumbing, Heat and Cooling and Electric, home of Finish Strong Friday. And at 128, we are proud to be local and independently owned since 1992. And this year, we're excited to announce that we are now certified Evergreen, which is a certification that speaks to long-term commitment and remaining privately held, with a focus on people over short-term profits and exits. Learn more on our website or social media at call128.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport, because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
L&F is a veteran-owned company offering premier services such as heat pumps, panel upgrades, and more. Visit lfelectricalservice.com.
Route 1 Grill House in Saugus is the place to be. With a 70-person function room and relaxed outdoor dining, it's perfect for any occasion. The best part? The food is irresistible. Baby back ribs, steak tips, seafood, pizza, you name it, they got it. Plus, this football season, enjoy 50-cent wings, and they got the Sunday ticket for every game on Sunday. They also have an extensive martini list and a large selection of draft beer. What more could you want? Located just before Sullivan Tire on Route 1 South, this family spot is one of a kind, so don't get it confused with any other restaurant. Make Route 1 Grill House your next dining destination and tell the Floramo brothers that Joe Murray sent you.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBCFM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. Station.
Bruins and Kraken even at a goal apiece after 20 minutes here in Seattle. Let's take a look at the other action from around the NHL tonight. Most of them final scores from earlier. Buffalo Sabres get another win, 5-3 tonight over Vancouver, so they've now won 11 of their last 12. Tampa Bay Lightning with a 4-2 win at home tonight over Colorado. That's the 8th win in a row for Tampa. And Colorado, who had only had 2 regulation losses all season prior to a few days ago, has now lost 2 in a row down in Florida. Carolina with a 6-3 win tonight over the Dallas Stars. The New York Islanders put up 9 goals, 9 times over the New Jersey Devils tonight. 9-0 the final score in that one. Toronto Maple Leafs with a 4-1 victory at home tonight over the Florida Panthers. Philadelphia beats Anaheim 5-2 the final score there. In overtime, the Vegas Golden Knights beat Winnipeg 4-3 the final. Thomas Hertl getting the game winner with about 13 seconds to go in OT. Second intermission, Edmonton has a 4-0 lead over Nashville. San Jose leads 1-0 on Columbus at the end of one. Here in Seattle, it's the Bruins 1 and the Kraken 1. We'll have the second period coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Electrical contractors, your crews have better things to do than sit in their trucks and name cloud formations. Let Granite City Electric Supply get your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery to your job site by 6 a.m. Or pick up your materials with 24/7 access at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations. Let's face it, knowing your supplies will arrive at 2 p.m. doesn't help you in the morning. Experience the GCE Night Train difference from Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you want to skate where the pros skate? Warrior Ice Arena is the official practice facility of your Boston Bruins. Our state-of-the-art facility offers a variety of skating and hockey programs for all ages and skill levels, plus public skating, hockey, and freestyle. It's the perfect place to host your next corporate event or birthday party. And yes, Bruins practices are free and open to the public. Visit us today or check out warrioricearena.com to learn more. Warrior Ice Arena. Skate where the pros skate.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
John Sewer and Drain Clinic is happy to announce their newest location in Norwood. Now even faster service for your clogged drain emergency. John Sewer, the name to know when the drains don't flow. Visit johnsewer.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
Bruins 1, Seattle 1. After 1, we're joined downstairs by Henry Jokiharju, back after a lengthy absence. Henry, how you feeling after the first period?
Good. You know, just lots of fun to play and getting the first period out of the way. So, you know, I forgot how fun this is.
Just kind of give me your mindset coming in here and what you need to focus on defensively against Seattle tonight.
Yeah, for myself, definitely just try to be simple and just try to be hard on the pucks and just good stick and move my feet and just bring energy for the team.
You walk back into a team that has won a couple in a row on this road trip, has kind of found their game along the way here. What was the talk in the room before tonight's game?
It's just more about us, you know. Just we made some games tough on ourselves, so let's just try to make it easy on himself and just work hard, stay out of the box, and just play our game.
Appreciate the time. Congrats, by the way, on making Team Finland, and good to see you back.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, there's Henry Jokiharju joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD card holders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. It was a 5-on-3 power play goal that got Seattle on the board first in that first period at 8:50. Jordan Eberle's 15th of the season from Matty Beniers and Vince Dunn. And then David Pastrnak evened it up for the Bruins with his 18th of the season from Nikita Zadorov. And they've added the assist of Murat Husnudinov on that as well. That made it 1-1 at the end of one. Shots on goal in that first period were 7-5 in favor of Seattle, each team with 21 attempts.
Yeah, Bruins had a post by Steves. One, maybe two posts, but definitely the one by Steves off the crossbar, I think it was.
Boston will go from left to right here in the second period. Swayman spins it up the far side boards, and Steves will carry it to McAvoy up the right side, throws one toward the slot, but grabbed by Eberle, and he turns the Kraken back ahead. From the red line, chips it forward. Aspero settles it near the top of the face-off circle. McAvoy from the near side. Elias Lindholm will direct his pass deep. Geeky gets in on the forecheck against Fleury. Around the near side. Jokiharju pinned down the wall. It'll be cleared out here by Beniers. Back across the line they come. Eberle left circle with a shot that goes wide. On the far side, Kakko going down into the corner. But Zadorov wins it back. On the far wall, uses his body to shield Kakko away from it.
It's funny when he does that. He's just so big that most forwards can't. They're not going to win a physical battle with him.
Yeah, you're not going to move him. Swayman gives back to Zadorov here. Husnudinov with the outlet pass on the left side. Pastrnak in across the line, trying to get it in front. That one blocked. It'll be taken by Minton. Far circle, Pastrnak with a shot. Save made by Decord. In the far corner, Husnudinov turns it back toward that circle. Minton going down into the corner. Now Pastrnak gets it back to Lohrei. Center of the blue line. A shot redirected by Peak in on goal, and Decord made that stop. Minton turns and fires. That one goes off the back glass. Pastrnak, far side circle. Pushed it back to Lohrei. One-timer, save made, and the rebound was there for a moment before Dunn pulls it away.
What's Peak doing down there, tipping pucks? He's down in front of the net. I liked it, though. He's had one of those earlier this year.
Yeah, he's been on a little bit of an offensive heater lately. He's got 4 goals on the season. Peak back inside his own blue line now. His pass gets directed ahead by Middlestat. Thrown right back through center ice. Cutting to the right side here is Wright. And from the right circle, gets the shot in on Swayman, who made the stop. Uso on that far circle, and Zaka able to tap it free. And pivots along the wall to get away from McCann. Near side, Peak. Into the neutral zone. Arvidsson across the line to Middlestat. Left circle. Arvidsson back to McAvoy. McAvoy drags it down the wall. Now cuts toward the back of the net. Arvidsson trying to get it in front. Got it blocked. It'll be Middlestat in behind the net against Alexiak. Gone to that far corner. McCann. Zaka got involved and kept that puck deep. Now Zaka gets it from Middlestat. Moves in behind the net. From the near circle. Pass gets redirected. Aspero couldn't settle it, and now here come the Kraken. Across the line they come. McCann over to the far circle. A one-timer, and they score. And it's Berkeley Catton with his first of his career, and it gives Seattle a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, if you're Aspero at the offensive blue line, you know that this is going to be a tough play. It's going to be a short hop on a puck that's dumped out towards him. I think you just have to go down on both knees and keep the puck in front of you. If you're going to stay in there, he tries to stand on his feet and knock it down with his hand. I think you just have to make yourself big and block this. This one as well, I think that Swayman would like to have back, because that shot is taken from right wing circle. Swayman's in position to make the save. It breaks by him from the right wing circle. It goes off of his blocker and in between his blocker and his body.
So the Bruins trail for the second time tonight.
Seattle's got numbers coming up the ice because you can't keep the puck in at the offensive blue line. Now you're in scramble mode trying to get back. You know, Aspero's pretty sure-handed, pretty reliable, but I think there you just kind of cut your losses. And just, if you're going to stand in at the blue line, make yourself as big as possible. Don't let the puck get by you.
battle inside the attack zone here. Throws one to the net. Cale Fleury's shot blocked. Kastelic will drag it through neutral ice on the left wing side. Here's Corrali with a drive and a stick save to Cord. Sends it up over the glass out of play. Berkeley Catton, the rookie with his first NHL goal, and it comes in his 28th game. Watching some of the Seattle game last night here on the local coverage, they talked about how he's gotten close a number of times lately, but hasn't been able to find that first one. Does here this evening.
8th overall pick, 2024. They got some high hopes for him. And
last couple of years in juniors, he played in Spokane in the WHL. 225 points in 125 games played in the last 2 years combined. Face off the offensive zone here for the Bruins. Elias Lindholm gets tossed out of the circle, so he gets in there against Beniers. Our circle down to our right. And bounced around a couple of times. Elias Lindholm gets it into the far corner. Geeky peels out of there, throws one on goal. Save made. Peak gathers the rebound and brings it in behind the net. Kick it along toward that far corner. Larson able to separate him from the puck. Beniers pushed it to Eberle and just does get it out across the line before Steves could corral. Lorai to Peak. Off the near side boards, and Elias Lindholm will lift the floater in toward the Cord. Short hops in on him, and he scoops it up with a glove and draws a whistle and a face-off in the Kraken zone.
yeah, those are tricky, right? For those short hops and bouncing around, the puck's not lying flat. And Cord, that time, you know, he basically did the same thing we talked about Aspro probably needing to do with the offensive blue line. To both knees, keep that puck in front of you. He ends up gloving it.
Joey DeCord, born in Boston, North Andover High School. 3-0-1 over his last 4 starts, 11-9-5 on the season, with a .277 goals against and a .903 save percentage coming into tonight.
He used to do hockey schools with his father.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, Brian. I spent some time as a Bruins goaltender coach, a little bit of time.
McAvoy tried to shoot, and that one block goes up over the glass behind the court, so they'll face it off inside the zone again.
Oh, he's a prominent goaltending coach in the Boston area.
Joey, a 7th-round pick of the Ottawa Senators, ended up here as part of the expansion draft 5 years ago.
Went to school at Arizona State when they first got started.
There's McAvoy coming back in the near corner of the Bruins zone off it clear. Pasternak gives it back to him. Charlie going to carry out toward the blue line, now turns away from Stevenson. Off the near side boards. And Pasternak gives it to Minton. Stepping toward the near side circle. Turns back. Tried to give it into the corner for Husnadinov. Bounced away from him. Larson will spin it back toward that near side corner. Minton gets in there on the battle. 15-20 to go here in the second period. Pasternak gets it back to McAvoy, over to Aspero, winds and fires one toward the slot, redirected by Minton, but it goes out of play.
They've had some tips today. You know, Zaka had one in the first period, had a couple here in the second period where they've been tipped. The Peak had one in the second period, and that's a shot with a purpose there. It's basically a pass, but it's a slap pass from Aspero at the left point. He's got a lot of time and space over there. Steps into it. He's got his eyes up. He's looking for that high tip from Minton. He's got Husnadinov down in front of the net. Minton just redirects it up and out.
So another attack zone face-off with 15-16 to go here in the period. Zaka will take that draw against Wright. Zaka wins it. Arvidsson and hand it off for Zadorov, but it's taken away. And the Kraken move out with McCann coming up the right side. Zadorov able to regain at the Boston line. Zaka finds Arvidsson cutting through center ice. Steps to his right, top of the circle, shot wide of the net. Middlestat picks it up off the far wall. Gives to Arvidsson, back to the left point for Zadorov, and a one-timer wide on the short side. Jokiharju will play it back down toward the corner. Middlestat wrestling with Fleury. Zaka takes the puck free, tried to get it to Arvidsson, who had to kick it to his stick. Now Zadorov, again from that left point. His shot doesn't get through, near side circle, and Wright will gather it here for the Kraken and send behind the net. Around the far side, it gets through McCann, and that's going to go for a Kraken icing.
Good forecheck. Bruins have had a good forecheck this period. You know, I know they get the goal scored on them, but they've been more active in the offensive zone this period than they were in the first, even though they had their chances in the first. I'd like their attack here. They haven't been stuck inside their own zone. You know, you make one mistake and, you know, probably a goal that Swayman would like to have back as well, but it's been a good start to this period for them.
Face off in the offensive zone here for Elias Lindholm. Wins that clean. Lohrei from the top of the circle over to Pasternak. One-time attempt. Gets tipped up and out of play.
Yeah, Lohrai's got choices there. Do I give it to Peak for the one-timer, or I go across to Pasternak for the one-timer? Well,
no offense to Peak, but I know which one I'm going with.
Either one was a good option, but Pasternak on a one-timer is probably the better one.
Oh, the face-off again will be in the offensive zone. Kraken will bring out a fresh unit here. Elias Lindholm will match up against Gaudreau on the face-off.
No, that's a pre-scout too. I think that was Larson maybe that popped out there, but whoever it was, I mean, wherever Pasternak's going, you got to mark him and you got to get in front of that shot or deny the pass, one of the two. And they got a piece of the shot.
Elias got tossed out of the circle. Geekie got in there. Kraken will win this one, and puck gets wrapped up the near side. Deep into Boston territory. Winterton able to win it from Lohrei behind the net. A centering pass for Gaudreau gets broken up. And Elias Lindholm finds Pasternak coming through neutral ice. His pass hit a skate. Kraken regain. Dunn from the red line. Dumps around behind Swayman, who stays put. Far side circle. Away from Stevenson by Lohrei. Bruins get it cleared, but Gaudreau has it back. Larson will play it off the far side boards, and in across the Boston line they come. McAvoy regains in the far corner. Lohrei pass up the left side. Elias Lindholm across ice. Karam comes to Pasternak, just in across the line, hands off to McAvoy, cutting to the right circle, back across, and they score! It ended up being a wide open net from that far side circle for Pasta. His second of the night, ties it.
And they break this puck out of the zone. They get moving north. And McAvoy joins the rush over on the right side. They're going to drop this puck off for him. Pasternak is. And he's going to hold on to it and reach around the poke check from that right wing circle and center it for a wide open David Pasternak. After Pasternak drops that puck off, nobody marks him for the Kraken, and he ends up being wide open. They all take Geekie going to the net.
Well, both goals from David Pasternak tonight. And we're even again, 2-2 with 13:20 to go here in the second period. As the Kraken control from their own zone, Cartier over to Oleksiak, plays up the right wing side, and that one's going to go for an icing.
Yeah, well, he was definitely behind the red line. It was just a matter of
17 behind Patrice Bergeron. Jokiharju off the face-off win, throws one to the net. Kastelik trying to screen in front.
Got through. Might have gone off a body, but it got through.
Will be pushed up the right side here by Melanson. Cartier knocked down in pursuit of the puck by Jokiharju. Zadorov will take it from the near circle. Skated out towards center ice. Cuts to the far side of the ice. Gathers in across the line. Centering pass was redirected. Kastelik fires a shot. Rebound in front for Corrali, and DeCourt came up with a big one. Kraken come the other way with Beniers to Eberle. Eberle gets around a fallen Jeannot. Thrown toward the net. Ricochets wide. Eberle in the far side corner. Down low here for Beniers. Zadorov loosened it up. Jeannot tried to play it back down low, and it was taken away. Eberle off the near boards has Lindgren. Walks it to the center of the blue line. Into the far corner. Ricochets to Beniers. Coming out from behind the net. They get it back to the point. Fleury tried a shot, broke his stick, and Swayman directs that puck over the glass out of play.
Probably a good thing. You know, Zadorov has a good, hard rush up the ice. And he's got to weave his way through the neutral zone, get in the opposite. Now he's got to hustle all the way back. That was twice that shift he had to hustle back. Probably a good whistle there.
12:08 to go here in the second. We're tied at 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
I know, Nelson. I'm telling him. Winter doesn't knock politely. It kicks the door in. That's why Super Service Today gives your home more than a tune-up. It gets a winter defense plan. A deep camera look inside your furnace's heart, an examination of the drains and filters, and pressure tests that spot trouble before it's too late. It's $199 and also makes you a Total Care member, where you get 2 free visits per year, priority scheduling, and peace of mind. Because when winter bares its teeth, they've got your back. Book now at superservicetoday.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans of Foxborough, are you ready to tackle cyber threats? IntraSystems, New England's leader in cybersecurity solutions, presents the ultimate defensive front against malware, phishing, and cyber blitzes with Barracuda's XDR solution. Barracuda's XDR solution is relentless, fast, and always keeping threats in check. Contact IntraSystems today to protect your business with the champions of cybersecurity. Remember, a good defense wins championships and keeps your data safe. Access Security Trust. IntraSystems.com.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Want to stay in the know on all things Bruins gear? Sign up for Pro Shop text alerts to get exclusive deals, early access to new arrivals, and more straight to your phone. Don't miss out on staying connected so you can rep the Bees in style. Sign up now at bostonproshop.com/signup. Even at 2 goals apiece, 12:08 to go here in the second period. Face off to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Off the draw, puck comes back to the point. Shot from there gets blocked. Lori drags it in behind the net, around toward the near side corner. Stick goes flying. Puck still locked up along the near boards. Dunn at the left point here for Seattle. Gives it to Larson. He'll play it down off the back wall. McCann gets knocked down by Peak. Swiveled out in front, and a backhander from in tight by Wright. Good left pad save by Swayman. Here's Dunn, left circle, and Arvidsson blocked that one wide.
Yeah, Wright got body position there on Lori. Lori got caught a little puck watching, loses track of Wright, and it leads to that quick backhand chance, and Swayman with the left pad.
Whistle here as the puck went into the Seattle bench. .32 to go here in the second period, and some oohs and ahs from the Seattle crowd as they show that Swayman save on the replay. Face-off will be to his left. Our corner by Fleury goes around behind the net, regains it, turns it from the near circle, and on Swayman, who makes the glove save.
Now, Seattle the better team in the first period in the face-off circle. That's a clean face-off win right there by Beniers. Bruins will make a change up front. Bring out Lindholm for this face-off alongside Kraken and Pasternak. So he's sticking with that line right now.
Kraken are 57% in the face-off circle so far tonight. Elias against Chandler Stevenson here. Bruins will win this one.
Wins that one clean.
McAvoy's outlet misses Geeky, angles into the Seattle zone. Larson will come back and play it around the near side wall. In the neutral ice, puck grabbed by Stevenson, and he'll whistle one deep behind Swayman. Kick back in behind the net by Aspero. McAvoy gets it around near side of Pasternak, trying to lead Elias Lindholm out of the zone, just a little too far for him. Puck gets tangled up near the Boston blue line. Aspero's going to wind up with it. McAvoy now up the left side for Geeky. He's got Pasternak down the left circle, right to the front of the net. DeCourt made the save, and he got a rebound as well on Elias Lindholm.
Geeky elected to go to Pasternak. Again, not a bad play usually, right? I thought he might go to Lindholm coming late, though, and he was open on that 3-on-2 coming down the slot. Still a good opportunity for Pasternak.
Bruins get whistled for, I believe it was a hand pass here, and/or offside. Would have been either one.
I think just trying to get Geeky going a little bit. I mean, he had 2 posts last game against Vancouver, had another good scoring chance on a 2-on-1 in the first period. He's gone a little cold. Today he's fought the puck a bit. I mean, he fell down coming through the neutral zone on that first shift. Still made a good pass over the left wing, but kind of falling down, kind of fighting the puck a bit when it comes to him.
Got a goal in his last 6, 1 in his last 8. As puck deep here.
It's about the chances, though, with him, Ryan. And I thought that last game against Vancouver, that's okay. Chances are coming. It's only a matter of time, and it probably is only a matter of time.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had. He's fought a little bit here today.
Steve's inside Boston territory. Will send it around for Zadorov. Usnadinov got it out through the neutral ice. Lindgren there. They'll play it back up that right side. Got decked by Minton in the process. Did Lindgren. Lost his helmet. Goes to the bench. Kakko. Centering pass right in front of Swayman, who makes a brilliant stop from in tight. Eberle to the far circle in front. Beniers redirected that one on, and Swayman comes up with another one, and he's got this one covered. Huge saves for Jeremy Swayman in the midway point of this game to keep it tied. 2-2 our score. 9:42 to go here in the second period on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaw's and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Jeremy Swayman keeping this game tied just past the midway point of the second period. That last save, tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order.
Beniers with 2 fantastic chances. One point-blank shot. The other one was a point-blank tip. That was a rough shift for the Bruins defense, team defense. I mean, 2 point-blank chances by Beniers, and he's all alone on both of them.
Face-off win here by the Kraken, but it gets through Evans and out of the Bruins zone. He'll try to get it right back in as he takes a hit from Kastelik. McAvoy backhands over to Aspero in the far corner. Try to play it up the wall and hit the referee. Loose puck far circle. Kraken get it in a centering pass. Doesn't connect. Kastelik's got it. They'll send it around toward that far side. Aspero plays up the left wing, directed ahead by Corrali. Evans going back behind the net, shoved by Janot. Sent back in behind Corrali in that far corner against Alexiak. Janot backhands it up the wall. Aspero throws one wide of the net. Ricochets around toward the near side. It'll be punched off the wall out into the neutral zone. Right far side, Alexiak trying to play it in, and it goes into and out of the Kraken bench. Out of play.
Right off of that rounded molding at the end of the bench. Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Face-off will come at center ice here. Bruins have trailed this game twice. We've come back each time. Both of their goals from David Pasternak tonight. 18th and 19th of the season. Off the face-off, Kraken will control. They're moving from right to left here in the second period. Zacha takes away a pass near the Boston blue line. Peak to Arvidsson and directs it deep. Fired away from the side of the net by DeCord. Hits the glass and skips out of play.
Yeah, I mean, I've liked a lot of what the Bruins have done this period, but that Beniers' chances there, too. Unbelievable chances. I know Swayman does not like the goal that he allowed, but he's made now 3 big saves. A save in front on right on the turnaround backhand when he was alone, and 2 wide open chances for Beniers in front.
Kraken offside here, have to back off. Middlestat will give to Peak. Right side, Zacha fires it across the ice, looking to spring Arvidsson into the attack. He's able to get it back off the far boards. Lohrei over to Peak near side point. Throws one to the net with Middlestat in front, but DeCord reaches around him and makes the glove save.
Middlestat took a hit right in front of Seattle's bench after he had moved the puck. It wasn't all that hard, but finished him there. And hasn't been a no-hit game, but, you know, it's been... Seattle hasn't taken a penalty yet. I know that Lane Lambert talked about that. Their head coach talked about that. They didn't want to put the Bruins on the power play. Bruins said the same thing, and that they put themselves down 5-on-3 in the first period.
Well, the Kraken statistically worst penalty-killing team in the league, but only put the opposition on the power play 112 times so far this year. You want to compare that to the Bruins, who have 163. Puck off the near boards and Geeky trying to get it through the neutral zone. Elias Lindholm will back it up. McAvoy, Zadorov, and now Pasternak turning up ice. On the right side, here's McAvoy jumping up. Carries in across the line. Over to the far side, and a one-timer by Elias Lindholm just missed. Geeky throws one back through the slot that gets redirected out of the zone.
Lots of different combinations right now, right? Zadorov, McAvoy are out here together. Said the forward lines have changed up a little bit. Putting McAvoy and, putting Pasternak and Geeky together.
Off the far wall, Gaudreau into the middle for Stevenson. Forced offside here by Lindholm. It'll be done now off a clear to dump it right back in. Aspero in the far corner. Puck comes out in front.
That's a good stick by Swayman. Otherwise, Beniers is open again.
He'll bring it to the near circle, and Kakko with a shot from the left circle is knocked down by Swayman, who then covers it up. He thought he had it initially. It squirted free, but he just drops the trapper on top of it.
I mean, Beniers is wide open coming to the net again if Swayman doesn't block the pass himself.
Minutes even to go here in the second period. Things to clean up in the defensive end.
Big time.
Kastelik and Beniers to take the face-off in the near circle. To our left. Kraken win it. Eberle hands off to Evans, cutting down the circle, trying to get it in front. Knocked down, scramble for it, and off the far boards, Corrali will get it out.
Yeah, they were looking backdoor, tied up, though, in front of the net. Fortunately for the Bruins, because Kakko was open on that back door. Not open, he was covered there, and that's why he wasn't able to put it home, but they're looking back door for him on the faceoff play.
No, going into the far corner of the Seattle zone. Corrali will send it around near side. Peek down to the hash mark. Way back to the back of the net. Janot going into the far corner. Reverse hit. Knocked Evans off balance. It'll come back in behind. Corrali against Alexiev. No gets involved there. He takes a tumble in pursuit of the puck. And it'll be brought out here by Beniers. Cutting away from Kastelik. Carries to the Boston line. Hands off to Eberle. Back to Beniers. Right in front, and Swayman stopped him again. Beniers right at the doorstep with a backhand shot.
The Bruins gave up a 3-on-2 there, and they were too tired to get back, too heavy-legged to get back to help out. Ends up being a clear-cut 3-on-2. Beniers makes a nice move. Cuts right to the front of that alone.
On the near side wall, dragged back into the Boston zone here by Wright. Zadorov at the back of the net trying to protect the puck. Catton took it away. Gets it back to Fleury at the far point. Shot blocked by Husnudinov. It ricochets out to center ice. Lindgren will lift it right back in from the red line. Off the back wall, comes out toward the far side of the net. Zadorov was there. Near side, Steves couldn't tip it out of the zone. Catton kept in. Steves will lift it over his head this time, and Minton skating up the right side, able to get around him, get to the front of the net for a shot, and a save by DeCord, but a penalty coming here against the Kraken.
Yeah, chip the puck behind the D and go, and they draw the holding penalty.
Oh, first power play of the night coming here for the Bruins with 5:11 to go in the second period. It's tied at 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Having the right winter tire matters, so take control of the roads this winter with a new set of Bridgestone Blizzak tires from Town Fair Tire. Town Fair has the region's largest inventory of Bridgestone tires, all at the guaranteed lowest prices you'll find anywhere. And with 100 locations, you'll find a Town Fair near you. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone Blizzak tires and the most free services for life, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
David Pasternak's goal here in the second period, assisted by Charlie McAvoy and Elias Lindholm. With those feeds, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. 2-2 our score, 5:11 to go second period. Bruins to the power play for the first time tonight, as Berkeley Catton is whistled for holding Minton. Faceoff will be down to our right in Bruins attack zone. Elias Lindholm stands in to take that. Kraken win the draw. Lindgren drafted into the far corner, and it'll be sent the length of the ice. Swayman stops it in the crease, gives it in front to Charlie McAvoy. Boston going from left to right offensively. Elias Lindholm and Zaka traded a couple of times coming through neutral ice. Now McAvoy just inside the blue line. Over to Geekie, far circle. Back up top for McAvoy. Fires down low to left side, Pasternak. Back to Geekie just outside the face-off dot. Pasternak walks it away from the net over to the far side hash marks. Brings to the top of the face-off circle. Goes low to Geekie for a one-timer. And DeCord up against the far post to make that save.
Good read by DeCord.
McAvoy settles it out at the left point. Minute 18 to go in the power play. Geekie down low. Elias Lindholm walks out in front. And DeCord made that stop. In the near corner. McAvoy gets a stick on it. Elias Lindholm's got it back on the half wall near side. Hands to McAvoy. Turning near circle. Zaka gives it back to Pasternak. Try to one-touch it across. Lindholm throws it toward the net. And that one ricochets in behind. Pasta's got it along the left wing circle to McAvoy up top. Back over to the left circle again for Pasternak. Backhanded to the end wall for Geekie. Pasternak back up top for McAvoy. High slot. Shot. Glove saved by DeCord. No rebound.
Good puck movement. Like that puck movement by the Bruins. Better saved by DeCord. Makes two good ones there. That one on McAvoy. Threw a little bit of a screen in front. But also the one he made on Geekie from a sharp angle from the left wing circle. But Bruins really controlling that puck in the offensive zone. And they'll make a change here. I thought maybe they'd stick with that same unit just because they haven't been out of the zone yet. It's just they've all been in the offensive zone. But
45 to go on the power play.
This unit scored against Vancouver.
And it's Minton on the right wing circle. He had that goal. Here's Middlestat trying to center for Arvidsson. Knocked away. Lorai holds it in at the center of the blue line. Onto the left side for Steves. Arvidsson tried to one-touch in front for Middlestat. Taken away. And shorthanded ahead come the Kraken. Winterton from the left circle. His shot blocked, and the Bruins turn back up ice. Minton will skate it across the center line. In across the Kraken line, runs out of room, got forced into the corner by Fleury.
Yeah, I got to move that one, right? You got into the zone pretty easily, but then you got to move it.
Lohrei pushed into the far corner, knocked off his stick, and Gaudreau will send it out, and that'll do it for the power play. So Boston 0 for 1 tonight. And we're still tied as we approach 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Rally, backhanding down low. Jeannot collided with Larson, brings it back toward the near corner. Jokiharju over to Zadorov. His shot got through and skimmed just wide. Larson will play it back around behind the net. Fleury lifts it out of the zone, and that one should go for an icing and does get to the goal line.
I mean, didn't mind the power play. Thought created a couple good chances for yourself. They retrieved pucks. They got into the zone. They had control for a minute and 20. The first unit did in the offensive zone.
Faceoff will be in the offensive zone here for Elias Lindholm. Bruins 2 out of 3 in Vancouver the other night.
Yeah, it was Minton's goal in the first period.
Right. Off the faceoff. Here's McAvoy. Pasternak out at the blue line. Gives over to Aspero. Shot it off the back wall, trying to get the rebound to come back out in front, and Decord quick with the glove to keep it away from Elias Lindholm.
Lively boards.
Yep.
And Decord, he knows that. That puck came back out quickly. Aspero does not have a lane to the net. He's got to shoot it wide, but shoot it with a purpose. Maybe you get a bounce back out in front. Good face-off win for Elias Lindholm. Pasternak thought about shooting it, but really didn't have a lane to the net either, and he was standing still.
Face off to Decord's right. He has faced 21 Bruin shots in this one so far. Aspero hands to Pasternak, coming out near the blue line. On to McAvoy along the right side boards.
He lost the handle on it for a second, took his eyes off it. Looking to make a play.
Held by Aspero, but now forced out of his zone, and that's going to be whistled a hand pass.
See what Aspero did there? On that bouncing puck towards the blue line?
Are you thinking back to the last one that got by him?
Well,
he made sure that one didn't get by him.
Yes.
Yep.
He didn't stand on his feet that time. He got down on one knee.
Yep.
Kept the puck in front of him.
And made that mistake earlier on in the period, led to a Seattle goal.
Yeah, look, it's not all on him, but I mean, it's just like live and learn, and it's a hard play for a defenseman when you got a slow bouncing puck coming towards you, and you're going to be under pressure.
No shot from the far wall, turned away by Decord.
You got to make the decision: do you stand in or do you back off? He made the decision to stand in, but if you do that, you have to keep the puck in front of you.
Kastelik coming back into the Kraken zone will play it down deep. Evans goes behind the net into the near side corner. That man along for Myers. Back across ice. Melanson skating onto it, right circle, and a shot turned away by Swayman. Back of the net, Cartier. Not to a knee. Lohrei able to take the puck. Cartier wins it back.
Got to be
centering pass, and they score. It was Ben Myers from the inside of the left circle who one-times that pass. Swayman, 3-2 Seattle.
You have to be harder on the puck. Possession twice in behind Jeremy Swayman. First shot's taken. He's got possession. Lohrei does twice. And then he gets stripped of the puck. You've got to be harder on the puck there. And the puck is centered, wide open. Again, that's happened way too much this period. And the puck's in the back of the net.
That was Cartier who takes that puck away along the end wall and makes the feed. Fourth of the year for Ben Myers.
Mason's done some good things in this game, but he's got to be harder on the puck. It's something that's been an issue for him since he's come into the league.
Bruins will get one deep here. Steves chases into the far corner, and we're going to see a penalty here. Steves in pursuit of that puck knocked the stick out of the hands of Cale Fleury and going to draw a slashing call.
Well, Steves had the stick knocked out of his hands by Ryan Lindgren in the first period, which would have been a scoring chance, and that was not called. And I said, okay, I'm fine with that,
right,
as long as they're consistent with it.
Yeah. Didn't break the stick, just knocked it out of his hands.
It's the same thing that happened in the first period after he beat Lindgren in the corner coming out towards the front of the net. Same thing in terms of knocking the stick out of his hands. That would have been a scoring chance for Steves. He said, I'm glad they didn't call it. I am. I don't mind that, an on-call.
I prefer they don't call any of those.
Don't call it now here when you just had the same thing happen in the first period.
Comes with 1:21 to go here in the second period. Seattle 1 for 2 on the power play. They scored on a 5-on-3 earlier tonight. It's a shot by Dunn up high on Swayman. Made the save, and the rebound gets cleared. Eberle back at his own blue line, turning toward the far side. Eberle's pass comes back toward the red line. Beniers hands off to Stevenson, gets stood up by McAvoy. Free puck to Zadorov, and he'll clear it all the way down. 50 seconds to go in the period. Power play would carry over into the third if Seattle doesn't score. Dunn leaves it behind for Eberle. Played his 1100th career game last night in Calgary. As Beniers on the near side boards gets tangled with McAvoy, and McAvoy clears that. There's just 30 seconds to go in the period. Stevenson will start it up from his own blue line to the red, across the Boston line. Right side, McCann. Rims it around toward the near side. Beniers skating to it at the hash marks. Goes back down low. Kakko kept it moving around the far side. They work it to Dunn, center of the blue line. McCann across to Beniers. Back up top. 8 seconds to go in the period, and they set up for a one-timer from that far circle. Up over Swayman. Dunn from the left point. Sends it back across, and a one-timer scores! Jared McCann. Clock is showing zeros.
It's going to be close. Yeah, they got to look at this again. Not so sure when in. It's going to count.
0.4 of a second left on the clock when that puck goes in the net. So just like that, Seattle has a 2-goal lead. Those goals come 1 minute and 36 seconds apart.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts in front of Swayman there, but a bomb from McCann. Just inside on the glove side from the right wing circle.
So the Kraken now 2 for 3 on the power play tonight. McCann's 8th goal of the season. And they'll drop the puck with a half a second left on the clock to bring the second period officially to an end. Well, the hometown crowd gets an energy jolt here with back-to-back goals to finish off the period for Myers and McCann. And the Kraken have a 4-2 lead at the end of 40 minutes here in Seattle. We'll be back with our second intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Earn your bachelor's degree online, quickly and affordably with UMass Lowell. Visit uml.edu/online.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Zoe, and 2026 is here, and it's time to get your school or business future ready with my friends at Oakers Technologies. Start the new year with new technology for your students and staff to perform at their best. Talking about products like TouchView Interactive that schools all across New England are upgrading their classrooms with. Plus, Oakers has you covered with full IT, infrastructure rebuilds, security, to your everyday AV upgrades. That's what it means to be future ready with Oakers Technologies. Proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs, we beat online prices, we beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Back of the net, Cartier up to a knee. Lori able to take the puck. Cartier wins it back.
Got to be
centering pass, and they score. From the inside of the left circle, who one-times that pass. Swayman, 3-2 Seattle. And it's 4-2 Seattle at the end of two periods as we are back here at the Climate Pledge Arena alongside Bob Beers, Ryan Johnston. 2-8 goals there for the Kraken, one of them with less than a half a second to go in the period, and they have a 4-2 lead. But you started to jump in on that call as Lori lost the puck battle behind the net, led directly to that go-ahead goal for the Kraken.
He lost it twice, and look, it's not a pick on Mason Lori thing. It's just a fact. He's got to be stronger on pucks. That's just, he's not good enough offensively to offset the defensive, things that kind of go wrong for him. Evan Bouchard can distribute the puck and is fantastic on the power play for the Edmonton Oilers and puts up 70 points and however many goals, 10 to 12 goals or whatever it is. And he'll have his moments where he's really lax defensively. One of their writers was telling me, he said he makes his own ice time because he'll make two mistakes in the game and they'll be down by 2 goals. He has to play.
Right. Because you need his offense.
Because you need his offense. So, but he's not, Mason's not good enough offensively to offset some of those mistakes, and it's the same thing, unfortunately, for him in terms of you gotta want it in your own zone. You've got to be harder on pucks, with and without pucks. You got to be harder in that battle area, and for him, if that doesn't change, it's just. You're not going to see anything change in your own. Now, listen, like I said, it's not a pick on Mason Lori. He got victimized on the third goal to give Seattle a 3-2 lead. I don't like the penalty on Steves. It First of all, you know, don't put yourself in a position to take the penalty. He knocks the stick out of the hands, going back for buck. My only problem with it is that it happened in the first period and it was not called.
Right.
And Steves, ironically, I mean, coincidentally, he was the guy that he beat Lindgren, and Lindgren turned around and whacked the stick out of his hands. And that's a, potential scoring chance for Steves. So if you're not going to call it there, then don't call it in the second period. And they did. So, A, Steves puts himself in that position to take the penalty, but B, if you're not going to call it in the first, it's not a penalty in the second. And all of a sudden, it pucks in the back of your net, you've allowed 2 power play goals. So they did some good things in the offensive zone, but in the defensive zone, wow. Yeah. I mean, Benier should have a hat trick plus today.
Yeah, Jeremy. He's going to be seeing Jeremy Swayman in his sleep tonight.
He should have had a hat trick in the second period alone with some of the opportunities he had, and Swayman stopped him. So the breakdowns defensively, there's been too many of them. There were a few in the first period. There were more in the second. So the structure defensively is really broken down for them. They've left guys wide open, specifically in that second period, but there are also a couple in the first. So that has to be way better. And like I said, if these other goals go in by Beniers, we're not talking about Mason Laura in the third goal because the game's already getting out of hand. And if Swayman doesn't make some of the saves that he made, the guy's just alone, wide open in front, point blank.
It doesn't all go on one guy, obviously, but they're missing Hampus Lindholm tonight, and that takes a big chunk out of a defenseman that you can rely on.
Well, if Hampus is in, and if you're going to play Yoki Haru, coming back in the lineup as that right side D, well, someone's going to be a victim on the left side, and it's most likely going to be Mason. But it's not the case. Hampus gets hurt, and you only have 6 healthy defensemen. And Hampus is going to be out there. They're saying not for a long. They don't anticipate for a long time. But they're going to wait to get home and get checked out by the Bruins doctors. He finished the game the other day. I think that's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't something that prevented him from finishing the game. So hopefully not all that serious once you get back, because they're a better team defensively. He'll make mistakes, because he plays so much, but they're a better team with him in the lineup because it slots everybody a little bit more appropriately. And you can count on him for the minutes that he's going to play. But yeah, that's a tough one to give up. 2 to give up late in the period, right? The third goal comes at
18:23.
Yeah, with less than 2 minutes to go in the period, and that's 5-on-5 back in your own zone, and you got an opportunity to get out of the period tied up at 2, and all of a sudden you're down by 2 now going into the third on 2 quick goals.
Yeah, Ben Myers, 4th of the year at 18:23. Jared McCann's power play goal at 19:59 officially went in with half a second to go on the clock. So 4-2 Seattle after 2. Time for our Music of the Game, brought to you by Live Nation. Canadian rock icons Triumph return to the road for the first time in 35 years. See them at Leader Bank Pavilion Saturday, June 6th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Check the other scores from around the league next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief, so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Boston Vision helped baseball legend David Ortiz get back to seeing 20/20 again, and they can do the same for you. See like Big Papi. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, what's up? It's Zoe, and my home is my happy place. I love living in it. And if you live in your home, you know what you're going to start noticing? Scuffs, faded colors, peeling paint, because your home's lived in. If you got kids, pets, you hit your walls and you get nicks and scratches. Call CertaPro Painters. That's Certa with the C. So the big thing with my home was, I noticed chips and peeling and all that. So they come in, they spackle it, they sand it, and they paint it. That's what they do, and they make it look brand new. So when you choose CertaPro Painters, you're not just hiring a service, you're hiring members of your community. Each CertaPro Painter business is independently owned and operated. Schedule a free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with the C, CertaPro.com.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Media Group Station.
Back here in Seattle, after 2 periods of play, the Kraken leading the Bruins by the score of 4-2. Let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard from earlier today. Sabres get back rolling again, 5-3 winners over the Canucks. Tampa Bay takes down the Colorado Avalanche, 4-2 the final there. Philadelphia over Anaheim, 5-2. Carolina 6, the Dallas Stars 3. Islanders with a shutout all over New Jersey, 9-0 the final from Long Island. Toronto Maple Leafs 4-1 winners over the Florida Panthers. Golden Knights in overtime, 4-3 over the Winnipeg Jets. Edmonton over the Nashville Predators, 6-2. 2-1 now San Jose leading the Columbus Blue Jackets. That game's at the end of 2 periods. Here in Seattle, the Kraken with a 4-2 lead over the Bruins. Third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Lifetime winter changeover on any car you own. Another free service that Town Fair Tire offers. Go to townfairtire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Bergeron over the line, right side. Wrister, he scores! Patrice Bergeron, surprise Cam Ward, snapped it inside the near post, a short-handed goal. Right circle, Marchand wanted to backhand it out in front, watched by Slavin, right circle, Bergeron, he scores! Patrice Bergeron snaps one inside the far post. Now right circle, Marchand left to the net, centered, fired, they score! That's the hat trick! Throw him if you got him! Patrice Bergeron at the bottom of the right wing circle, fired into the empty cage, no chance for Darling, a hat trick! Pasternak centered, they score! That's a 4 spot for Bergeron, wide open over at the near post, he hammered it home!
This date in Bruins history taking us back to 2018. Patrice Bergeron tying the club record for goals in a game with 4. Added an assist as well. A 5-point night and a 7-1 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes. Brad Marchand also had 4 assists in that game. Well, here in Seattle, as we get ready to start the third period, the Bruins trailing 4-2 to the Kraken. Seattle has led this one 3 different times tonight. Got an early lead on a power play goal, 5-on-3 goal from Jordan Eberle at 8:50 of the first period. David Pastrnak would match that with an even strength goal, his 18th of the season, from Zadorov and Husnudinov at 12:47 of the first. In the second period, Seattle, with Berkeley Catton's first career goal, grabs the lead at 2:48 of the second. David Pastrnak would score a little less than 4 minutes later, his 19th second of the night, from McAvoy and Elias Lindholm to tie the game at 2. But at 18:23, it was Ben Myers off the feed from Ty Cartier to make it 3-2 Seattle. And then the power play goal by Jared McCann beat the buzzer, his 8th of the year, from Vince Dunn and Matty Beniers at 19:59 to give the Kraken a 2-goal cushion as they go to the third period. Shots in that second period were 17-14, in favor of the Bruins, who have a slight 22-21 edge through 2 periods. But Seattle 2 out of 3 on the power play. The Bruins 0 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. Boston will be going from right to left offensively here in the third period, as McAvoy brings the puck back into the Boston zone. Off the far side for Pastrnak. Rink wide, he's got Geekie. Steps in across the line, down the left wing circle, trying to drive to the net. Forced in behind by Larson. Keeps it moving off to that far side circle. Pastrnak gives it to Geekie on that far wall. Back to Pasta for a one-time blast that goes wide. Shays out of the near corner and grabbed by Gaudreau. Turns it back along the wall. And it'll be Stevenson to push it out off the near boards. Pastrnak tries to reload quickly to Elias Lindholm. Hands to Geekie, who takes it toward the far side against Dunn in the corner. Puck wraps in behind the net. Sent around the near side past Pastrnak, and that one will go all the way down for a Kraken icing with 46 seconds gone by here in the third period.
So they stick with the Lindholm, Pastrnak, and Geekie line, which they went to partway through, and we'll stick with that at least to start this third period. Curious to see how Marco Sturm deploys his players here in the third period, whether he shortens the bench or not.
Face-off will be in the near circle down to our left.
They went back to the pairs there with McAvoy and Aspro. Jokiharju and Zadorov out here. This is the way they started the game with these guys.
Locked up along the near side boards in the Seattle zone. It is pulled free and cleared by Winterton.
Another icing.
But that one will make it far enough to get the whistle. Bruins headed home after this one. Start a 5-game homestand against Calgary on Thursday night. You're going to see the Rangers for an afternoon game on Saturday, Penguins on Sunday, and the Red Wings, and then these Kraken next Thursday.
That's Zdeno Chara Day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Seattle's game against Seattle.
Forward to that. As the one-timer by Zadorov, partially blocked, but gets through. DeCord makes the glove save.
Another face-off win by Zacha. This time, the defensemen switch out high. Jokiharju along the boards, and he'll slide the puck into the middle for a one-timer by Zadorov. Partially slowed up on the way in, but it got tipped high enough out that DeCord was able to follow that puck. Come right back with the Pastrnak, Lindholm, Geekie line.
And Elias going to take that face off.
With McAvoy and Zadorov now as the point man.
Geekie gets it back to McAvoy at the right point. Zadorov moves it down the near side circle for Pastrnak. Trying to reach around Larson, who's got it pinned up against the boards. Puck will go around behind the net. Geekie in the far corner. Centers one for McAvoy, who misfired coming down that right circle. Zadorov and Eberle collide along the near side boards. Geekie waited back down the wall. Eberle is there. And around behind the net, Larson will play it off the far boards. Pastrnak squeezed his body against the wall to keep it in. Larson now in that far corner again. Plays it to the circle. Chopped free by Elias Lindholm. Geekie across to Pasternak. Back across. And it kicked around a couple of times. And then McAvoy goes down in front of the net.
No, they're going to call a tripping call on Decord. He ran into Decord, but Decord threw his leg out, they're going to say. So the Bruins are going to go on the power play after some good pressure. Pasternak passed up an opportunity to take that shot. Tried to go back across the green, against the green, I should say, on the pass. It got slowed up. It was intended for McAvoy, and then McAvoy was coming towards the net, and Decord, they're going to say, I don't know if he did or not, but he got the stick on him. He did. It wasn't the right leg. It was actually the stick that he tripped up McAvoy on.
So Jeremy Swayman took a tripping penalty earlier on in this game.
We're going to call a timeout. The Bruins are.
Interesting.
That line right there had been on the ice. The one that's supposed to start the power play had been on the ice. So they're going to talk about this and get set up for this power play. They need a sense of urgency. I've liked the way they've worked it around for the most part. But a sense of urgency now on their second power play of the game to get this to 1 goal.
Yeah, that first power play unit, and their one other opportunity tonight, had the puck in the offensive zone. Basically,
minute 20
of their shift.
Before Decord made the glove save, then they made the switch. There wasn't much talked about. It was more just to give them a little rest.
They'll come out for the face-off in the offensive zone to get the power play going here. Elias Lindholm will take it. Far circle down to our left against Stevenson. And Lindholm wins it. Tap back to McAvoy at the right point. Walks it toward the far circle. Goes to Zacha coming out of the corner. Back to McAvoy, one-timer. Myers got a piece of that.
That was set up for him.
Pasternak out near the blue line far side. Goes down low and gets it right back from Zacha, but his one-timer gets blocked. Geekie to Zacha. Moves it from behind the net around to Pasternak far circle. Up top for McAvoy. Left circle, Geekie. Fires, and the save by Decord. Right at the top of his crease. Hangs on.
Geekie wanted a one-timer there. Didn't get it. He got the pass. The pass was a little bit behind him. He had to stop it and get it set up for the shot.
Minute 35 left on the power play. And a chat from between Zacha and McAvoy as they line up for the face-off.
They come out with a sense of urgency on it, though. Getting the loose pucks, missing the net a couple times.
Directed behind the Seattle net by Larson. Lindgren gets it to Stevenson, and he will get the clear. Swayman leaves it in the near circle for McAvoy. Circles back behind the Bruins net, down to our right. Elias Lindholm will bring out across his own blue line. He and Zacha. Zacha crisscrosses with him, brings it across the Seattle line. Geekie on the left side, kicks it to his stick. Zacha gets it back up top for McAvoy. Zacha left circle. Backhands toward the corner to Pasternak. Pasternak brings it out to the dot. Takes a shot wide on the short side. Ricochets around to the far boards. McAvoy to Pasternak at the center of the blue line. Geekie left wing circle. Throws one through the crease and wide into the far corner, and it kicks all the way back down ice.
Not sure what Geekie was looking at there. Lindholm a little frustrated with himself. They just don't connect on that backdoor pass.
40 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Minton coming through the neutral zone. Swept across the line by Arvidsson. Pasternak stays out along the near side wall. It'll come back to Lohrei at the point. Lohrei stepping to the dot. Near side takes the shot, and Decord cradles that one in for another whistle.
Yeah, you might want to look through the seam that time over into the right wing circle for Middlestat. He's got the stick ready over there. You go through the seam, there's a lane there.
Middlestat will take this face-off in the near circle. 27 seconds left on the penalty to Kakko. Or, well, Kakko serving the penalty, I should say, to Decord. As a face-off won by the Kraken, and Lindgren will send all the way down. Lohrei starts it out from behind the net. Brings out to his own blue line. Leaves it for Minton. Minton carries through the center circle. Try to right side pass for Middlestat. Broken up. Arvidsson turning with it now at center ice. 4 seconds to go on the power play. They get it in across the line. Arvidsson sent it through the slot. Out of the far corner, Middlestat will go down low. Kraken back at full strength. Came back through the slot.
Steve's had to change, so he vacated his spot because he wanted to get another defenseman out there.
Kako rings it around behind Swayman, and Jokiharju in the far corner for Boston. Lorai to Minton, breaking out. Minton picked up from behind by Kako, forced a turnover, and back into the Bruins zone it goes, courtesy of Beniers. Lorai trying to hold him off. Both checked into the far corner. Jokiharju tangled up in there. Kastelik involved as well. Bouncing puck comes free to Lorai. Pass for Jeannot missed. And the Kraken regain at center ice. Alexiak will dump it around the wall. Rolled over Corrali's stick and walked down into the corner by Evans. Behind the net to Kako near corner, shoved by Lorai. Corrali reaching in with a stick as the puck comes across the ice and out of the zone. Alexiak back here for Seattle. Volleys one ahead to the Boston blue line. Glove down by Peak. Throws a pass ahead. Was directed up into the air. No, gloved it, but couldn't get possession. Zadorov now over to Peak far side. Dump in from the red line. All the way around near side. Evans tipped it around Corrali. McCann in the neutral ice. Far side, and Alexiak will poke it forward, and he'll go for a change. Peak going into the far corner. Finds Zadorov in the near corner. Up the wall it comes to Pasternak. Whips it across ice off of Karam. Peak skates on to it. And he will dump in from the Seattle blue line. Bruins getting some changes done here. Fleury comes toward the near side of the ice. Lanson into the Boston zone. Kick free from him. Elias Lindholm throws one back toward the attacking blue line. Glove down there by Fleury. And dumped back in towards Swayman. 14-15 to go here in the third period. Bruins are trailing by 2. Geekie was skated out of the zone. Right side pass for Pasternak. Knocked away from him near the Kraken blue line. Aspero lost it just outside the Boston blue. Cartier went to stop, lost possession, and Pasternak heads back the other way. Brings it across the Seattle line. Backhands one toward the slot. Here's Zacha finding the handle on it. Can't get off a shot as he was weaving through traffic. Aspero at the left point. Over to McAvoy. Zacha touched it along to Pasta. Back in front for Zacha. Kicked off in wide of the net.
Give and go there. Just Zacha couldn't control that puck. Went off his skate.
Pasternak gets it back up the boards for Aspero. His shot gets blocked by Cartier near circle. Back to Aspero again. McAvoy, center of the blue line. Hands to Zacha, moving over to the right side. Now back to Aspero. Aspero going to skate it off to the right wing circle. Pivots along the hash marks. Gives to Zacha. Now Pasternak along that far wall. He will play it deep. Past the outstretched stick of Dunn. McAvoy in front for Zacha. Point blank to cord the save.
Wide open.
Zacha gets it to Zadorov just on near circle putt, and McAvoy with a one-time blast. Save made by DeCord. Puck still in play. It'll be cleared out, and now the Kraken with numbers here. Dunn coming up, right side. Melanson's got a break and takes the shot from the right circle. Saved by Swayman. Zadorov will send it to the far side. Rink-wide pass from Jokiharju to Middlestat, and into the Seattle zone it goes with 12:35 to play. Around the far side wall, Gaudreau finds it in the far circle, gets it out of the zone. Forced back. And Alexiak will send it over to the far side. Here's Gaudreau through center ice. Across the Boston line, takes a straight-on shot. Swayman hangs on to that one. We'll take a timeout with 12:19 to play here in regulation. It's the Kraken 4 and the Bruins 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
The Boston Vision team of expert surgeons use cutting-edge technology to help you see near and far with ease, giving you the freedom you deserve. So what are you waiting for? Book a free consultation online today at bostonvision.com. Don't let reading glasses hold you back. See the difference? Feel the freedom. Boston Vision has locations in Brookline, Wellesley, Medford, Milford, and Andover, because your best vision is Boston Vision.
Quiet, Nelson, I'm telling them. Now that winter and its freezing temperatures are here, it's crucial to get your boilers and hot water heaters serviced. Super Service Today's technicians are highly trained with the latest tools to keep your heating system running smoothly all winter long. Don't wait. Book your appointment now at superservicetoday.com. Day or night, and always done right.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call superservicetoday.com.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
12:19 to go here in the third period. Seattle with a 4-2 lead on the Bruins. And a faceoff coming up to Jeremy Swayman's right. He's made a number of huge saves tonight. Most of them on Matty Beniers. Got one on Melanson there just before that last time out.
Shane Wright. I mean, these are all grade A chances. I mean, I get the last one for Melanson. I mean, you're pushing up the ice, and you've got the pressure on Seattle. All of a sudden that puck comes free, and you're scrambling to get back.
Comes behind the Bruins net here. Yoki Haru will lift it around the near glass. Corrali going to carry it out to the red line and dump in. Gets past the cord and the trapezoid. Forced into the far corner by Kastelik. Wright pushes it ahead, but Corrali there to keep in. Now Evans along that far side here for Seattle. Gets out of the zone, but turns it over. Gets some help along that far wall and right back out to neutral. Cross ice, it'll come to Jeannot. On the near side, trying to get it to Corrali. Came back to Jeannot, and he'll send it deep. Head off on a change. Up the right side, Eberle had to drag that puck forward. Now it's Beniers sending behind the net. He tried to send it up the far wall. That's blocked. Lohrei will take it behind the net. Up the near side for Minton, held in by Fleury. Back around it goes. Peek in the far corner. Usnadinov now. Backhanding it to Steves. He's got Lohrei breaking out. Lohrei carrying through center ice. In across the line. Right side pass for Steves. Knocked into the corner by Kakko. Round that comes to the near side. Eberle. At the blue line, Minton able to keep it in. Steves through Fleury. It'll wrap around far side, and Kakko gets it out. McAvoy near the red line. Chase the puck toward the near side. Has it back. Circles back into his own end. Pass directed ahead by Minton, but cut off just inside the Seattle line. And that's going to be another icing here against the Kraken.
Yeah, that's frustrating if you're Seattle right there. I mean, that's unforced icing. A little miscommunication possibly, right? Just throw that puck all the way down the ice. Was that Fleury that did that? Yeah.
No, Lindgren.
He was a little frustrated with himself.
Ryan Lindgren, of course, former Bruins draft pick back in 2016. Ended up going to the Rangers in the trade that brought Rick Nash over.
Yeah, that's one that usually, you know, the Rangers say, well, give us either one of these three players in the trade. You know, you're talking about draft picks, but we'll take one of these three players. Seattle gets called for icing again. And, you know, at that time, you have to make a decision. Lindgren wasn't in the NHL at that time, right? So they end up making that trade. He ends up being a really good defensive pair with Adam Fox. With Lindgren, he just, I mean, hard to fault him. He plays so hard. Physical, and he's not the biggest of guys, but he's physical and gets involved, and unfortunately ends up on the injured list a bunch.
Ended up
Colorado.
Ended up getting traded to Colorado at the deadline last year, and then signs a 4-year deal for free agent to come over here over the offseason. Puck kicks out through neutral ice here. Aspero gets it off the wall to Pasternak. Cross ice. Elias Lindholm back across. Geekie just inside the line. Backhands toward the slot. Done there for the Kraken and back out to center. Geekie will gather it back in and waiting for Elias Lindholm to get back on side. He just did. Directed into the far corner. And Dunn able to help it out with Gaudreau. Bringing up toward the Boston line to the right circle. Crossing pass and Kakko scores. Makes it a 5-2 game with 9:39 to go.
Yeah, Bruins don't do a very good job reading the rush here. And it's going to end up in the back of their net. It's a well-executed play. Yoki Haru stands in. Geekie's covering for him, but they recognize it's a forward at the end of a shift trying to get back. Creates a 2-on-1. And Kakko has had a couple chances here today. Gets this pass and makes no mistake. on the 2-on-1. Swayman trying to move left to right to get the blocker on it. Nice pass from Goudreau over to Kakko, but Goudreau recognizes he's got Geekie, and Geekie doesn't have the angle on him. Geekie's chasing, and if he moves his feet, he creates the 2-on-1, which he does.
The Bruins down 3 now as Alexiak goes behind the net with a puck. And the Kraken breaking out. Left wing pass, right. In across the Boston line. Middlestat takes away a centering pass in front of McCann. Back in the neutral ice. Daka sends it off to the right side for Arvidsson. Looking down the far wall, gets knocked off it. Puck centered here for Middlestat from in tight. Decord makes the save. Middlestat fighting for his own rebound.
Another point-blank chance, right? Middlestat's had one. Zaka's had one. Zaka's was cleaner than that one. Middlestat was kind of fading away a little bit as he had that opportunity.
Orai to Zadorov up the right side. Jeannot will redirect it into the Seattle zone. Decord going to shoot it right back out into the neutral ice. And Myers plays it into the Boston zone, but offside was Cartier. We'll take a timeout with 8:36 remaining. It's 5-2 Seattle here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week.
Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion.
Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan.
6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how is Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
This is Boston's home for sports.
The Bruins Stadium Series jersey has arrived. Don't wait to get your hands on a limited edition sweater before the Bees fly south to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 2026 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. Visit bostonproshop.com or stop by the Pro Shop located at the Hub on Causeway to grab your jersey before they sell out. 8:36 remaining here in the third period. Seattle now with a 5-2 lead. Capo Kakko's third of the year from Freddie Gaudreau and Chandler Stevenson at 10:21 to provide some more insurance. 11 different Kraken players with points for the second night in a row. And 5 goals and 11 players involved in that last night in Calgary. Zadorov has it knocked off his stick by Melanson. They're in a foot race up the near side board. Zadorov able to get back and make the play on him. But Cartier grabs a loose puck, gets a shot and his own rebound, and Swayman makes 2 saves. Kastelic will work the Bruins back the other direction. Alexiak, near circle, able to pop it free. Evans got out into neutral ice, and it'll be dumped back in. Orai circles behind the Bruins net. From the near circle, pass ahead for Jeannot. Try to kick it forward. Steves along the near side boards. Puck directed back toward the Boston blue line, and now swatted over to the far side for Husnedinov. Against Lindgren on the far circle. Goes around behind the net. Marat with a backhand pass to Lorai. Left circle, and a shot in front directed by Minton. It goes up off the back glass. Thrown back in front by Peak, and that's blocked. And it'll be played back out toward center ice. Husnedinov of the red line to Steves. Gets it back deep. Boston changing up the deep pair. Fleury spun down behind the net. Puck around the far side. And it gets past McAvoy and goes for an icing against Seattle.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless Boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face off to the left of Joey Decord. 27 saves for him tonight. Lindgren deals out of the far corner against Pasternak. Turns back. And now on that far circle, Beniers.
You got the late hooking call. The late arm up. Lindgren got hooked and he threw his arms up in the air. Then the arm by the referee went up.
Pasternak goes to the box.
It looked like a hook, though.
Yeah, Lindgren turns and looks at the referee like, you going to call that?
He wasn't going to.
Seattle 2 out of 3 on the power play tonight. 7:04 to go and a 3-goal lead. Goes back to the man advantage.
Not much of an argument from Pasa, though.
Vincent won the draw. Zadorov able to bat one off the end boards, and McAvoy clears it to center ice. Dunn back inside his own blue line. He'll leave it behind. Stevenson to Eberle coming through center. In across the Boston line as they get set up on the attack. Eberle will play it back to Beniers. Center blue line to Dunn. McCann, right circle, throws it in front. Ricochet just wide to Swayman. Corrali got a stick on it, but Dunn holds in. Goes behind the net with Eberle.
That was tipped by Stevenson just wide to the right pad of Swayman that time on the pass in front.
Clear by McAvoy here with 1:15 to go on the penalty. 6:15 remaining in the third period. Dunn. It'll be Catton. And now Kakko in across the line. Gaudreau tangled with Aspro's stick. Centering pass and in tight, a chance by Catton. Ended up off the back wall. Aspro gets the clear.
Just missed the net on that. Good setup, though.
And 48 seconds left on the power play. Evans, Kakko. Through the neutral ice they come. Catton gets it to Gaudreau just inside the line. The return pass walks in and backhander scores. Berkeley Catton, who had his first NHL goal earlier tonight, gets one here. A power play goal to make it 6-2.
Ended by the Bruins. And he makes them pay by going forehand, backhand, just under the bar over the glove hand side of Swayman. I know it's a power play, but still not defended quite the way you wanted to. 3 power play goals for Seattle here today. One of the keys was to stay out of the box. Well,
taking 4 penalties, you've given up 3 power play goals,
including the 5-on-3 that got him on the board early. Been playing catch up all game.
5.5 minutes to go. 6-2 Kraken. Here's Middlestat coming to the left wing circle. Shot gets forced wide by Lindgren. Zaka from the blue line with a shot. That one got through. Decord kicked the rebound out in front. He's trying to get it covered. There's a massive pile up in front of the net, and Lohrei gets the loose puck and scores. Decord could never quite find the handle on that. It wound up with Mason Lohrei, and he cuts it back to 6-3.
No, referee was all on top of it, you know, because I thought the whistle was going to go, and he was right there. He's watching it, so the puck was obviously loose, and Arvidsson was banging away at it. Middlestat was banging away at it. All 5 Kraken players right around the front of the net, and it pops free just past the stick of Zaka. And Lohrei alertly, you know, deep in the zone as he should be, because all 5 Kraken were down around the front of the net. He's able to chip it home. Probably too little too late, but
the 3rd of the season for Lohrei. 5:10 to go. 6-3 Kraken. Face off at center ice. Seattle will control that. Off the near boards, directed ahead by Eberle. Near side, Beniers knocked to a knee by Minton. Able to keep that puck moving to the far side. Kakko will rim it back around near side. Usnadinov stepping in front of Fleury. Zadorov will push it out of his zone. Eberle's got it in right outside the blue line, but now Usnadinov brings it free. McAvoy backing away from Kakko. Minton. Pass off the near boards. Zadorov picks it up. Couldn't get it through Beniers on the first effort. Goes over to McAvoy this time. Minton near the red line to backhand in. Bouncer comes in on DeCord. He's going to cover that one up and draw a whistle. 4:27 to play, and Seattle with a 6-3 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, got to be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
4:27 left, and the Bruins trailing 6-3 here in Seattle. Mason Lorai's goal at 14:50. Give the lone assist to Pavel Zacha. Get the Bruins back within 3 here, but running short on time. As a faceoff coming up in the offensive zone for Elias Lindholm. Far circle to our left. As Stevenson wins that draw, Lindgren will play it up the wall. Knocked down by Pasternak, throws it to the net. DeCord made the save. Ricochets all the way out to center ice. Lorai to McAvoy, dumps it in. It's wide of DeCord. Not off the near boards. Lorai kicks it to keep in at the blue line. Sends it back around. Lindgren in the far corner. McAvoy helping to keep that puck in, but now the Kraken will grab control. Out through the neutral ice. And no icing. McAvoy begs to differ. Lorai will spin it up the near side. Geekie. Cross ice pass. Picked up by Pasternak on the run. Down the right wing circle. Goes around behind the net. Pasternak centers. Hit a skate. Sat loose in front for just a moment before it was cleared. And now up the left wing side goes McCann. Slams on the brakes on the far wall. Pasternak relieves him of the puck and starts the other way. In across the Seattle line. Tried to get it to Geekie but missed. And it ricochets out to center.
Geekie started going to the net and then peeled off and came to the middle of the ice looking for that delay pass, but the pass not where it needed to be for Geekie to be able to handle it.
Zadorov just inside the Boston zone. 3:10 to play. Aspero up the right side. Tipped in by Minton. Steve's going into the far corner against Alexiak. Puck comes behind the net. Murray trying to push it up the wall. Husnadinov top of the circle. Moves in front with a backhand from between the circles and the save by DeCord with a glove.
Yeah, DeCord's been good. Made some really good saves in this game when needed. Nothing he could do on that last goal. Pasternak, nothing he could do on the second goal either. The first goal was just perfectly placed shot from Pasternak on that short side high. We've seen goaltenders give that one up. You know, it's a little bit of a controversy is the wrong word. It's a debate on how goaltenders should play those in tight kind of plays, and the ones that give up those shots over the short side shoulder.
Face off from the far circle, won by the Kraken, and lifted out of the zone.
It's basically, here's the position you're going to be in. If the guy makes the shot, then tip your hat to him.
Right. Take away as much of the net as you can.
Yeah.
Here's Arvidsson in the neutral zone. Gets it through Larson into the near corner. Middlestat. Oh, Lindgren's going to take a penalty here. Got the hook in on Middlestat. The 2:37 to go. Bruins will go to the power play.
Seattle 55, 2-minute minor hook kick.
It'll be their third power play of the night. Down 6-3 with 2:37 left. Going to bring out is normally the second power play unit to start it here. With Minton, Steeves, Arvidsson, Middlestat, and Laura. Hands in front for Minton, knocked away from it.
It was there for him.
Steeves near circle, takes the shot, saved the cord. Middlestat got the rebound back out in front, and they score. That puck found its way across the line.
That's Arvidsson.
Bruins with a power play goal, 2:22 to go, and it's a 2-goal game.
Well, now you got decisions to make. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. You got it to within 2 goals. Now you've got to be pulling Swayman, maybe not off the center ice face-off, but as soon as you get possession of that offensive zone. Shot by Steeves goes off of DeCourt's kind of the stick or the blocker side. It goes off the back wall, comes out the other way, and they're able to get this puck out in front for Arvidsson, who's in a battle right at the top of the crease, and he chips it home.
That'll end an 8-game goal-scoring drought for Victor Arvidsson with his 8th goal of the season.
Well, they're coming out with 4 forwards and McAvoy, and they'll pull Swayman as soon as they can here.
Face-off is won. Zacha back inside his own blue line. We'll send it over to McAvoy. Charlie gives it to Pasternak, and he'll start it up ice. There goes Swayman for the bench. Pasternak dumps in from the red line, around the near side boards. Geekie along the wall. Deflected as it comes back to McAvoy, settles it, gives it to Geekie, down into the corner. Pasternak let it go, far side. It is shot out of play.
Off the glass.
Did direct off the glass, so no penalty. Face-off will stay in the Seattle zone.
They've already called their timeout, the Bruins have.
Yes.
Called it earlier this period for a power play.
So they've got what is normally the top power play unit out there, along with Casey Middlestat as the 6th man. And the net empty. Minute 57 to go, down 2. Zacha against Gaudreau. Face-off controlled by the Kraken. Lindgren from behind his net to the far side. They'll shoot for the empty net. McAvoy was back in the neutral ice to glove that down. He'll pass it along for Pasternak, turning from his own blue line. Feathers a pass along for Elias Lindholm. Chopped away from him by Stevenson. Lindgren goes into the near corner. Zacha ends up with a puck behind the net. Middlestat in the far corner. Back up top for McAvoy. Walks to the center of the blue line. Gives it back to Middlestat on that far side. Pivots away from Stevenson on the hash marks and toward the corner. Centering pass for Geekie, broken up. Pasternak's got it. He brings it back along the blue line. Hands to McAvoy, coming to the top of the face-off circle. His shot blocked by McCann, who's a little slow in getting up. Minute 12 to go. Puck locked up in the near corner by Larson. Comes off the wall from Zacha to McAvoy. Over to Pasternak. Pasta settles it, plays it down into the far corner. Zacha trying to get it back to Middlestat. Referee got in the way. Comes loose to Pasternak. On to McAvoy. Has to settle it down. Top of the circle. Throws it in front off of Elias Lindholm just wide.
Good setup.
Middlestat far circle. Crossing pass is blocked. Still loose out near the blue line. Gaudreau trying to find the handle. Does. Backhands it off the far wall. It'll go into the Bruins zone toward the empty net. And Geekie gets a piece of it. Knocks it off the post and out. 35 seconds to go. Pasternak brings it back to Husnudinov, who spins it deep into the far corner. Fleury trying to kill some clock. 25 seconds left. They can't get it loose. Arvidsson digging for it. Husnudinov finally got it free. Jokiharju knocked away from him at the blue line, and it's a breakaway toward the empty net. And they score. Capo Caco with 11.8 to go makes it 7-4.
Yeah, we're really never, ever able to get anything to the net with the 6-on-5 advantage. Now, you didn't have the timeout, so you couldn't talk it over. Not that they really needed to, but just to get things settled down. Weren't able to do that, and just everything was on the outside. A couple questionable decisions with the puck. Geekie looked like he misjudged that. He was back, and then he thought he was going to catch up to that puck easily and barely got it before it went in.
Yeah. I had to try to pull it out of the blue paint and hit the inside of the post and stayed out of the net. Kraken will play it into the Bruins zone. The horn will sound, and Seattle will celebrate their 8th win in the last 9 games. 8-0-1 in that span as the Bruins fall in the final game of this road trip. 7-4 the final score. Back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has made my life so much easier. So has IA. Yep, my independent agent. She's a wizard when it comes to delivering great coverage at a great price. She bundled our home and auto with safety insurance. And with Safety's app that monitors driving habits, we saved even more. AI is great. For insurance, so is real intelligence. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll help you manage life storms.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com.